All right, last time I promise.
That's all good.
All right.
All right. Tom, can you check the feed?
Yes, I can.
It's back. No, okay.
Yeah, we got feed.
Good.
Yep. We got audio.
No, I'm always amazed when this stuff happens the way it's supposed to.
Well, don't scare it.
Don't jinx it.
All right, Frank's just got back to me. He's on at 8. Josh is going to delay till 8:30.
Cool.
All right, y'all ready? All right. Ready?
I'm ready if you're ready.
And then Tom. Tomas,
Yes.
you sexy hunk of man. When we go to Frank, I'll just leave you in that spot since we'll be going to Josh right after that.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we don't need to move around.
You do love the ice cream.
Love you some ice cream.
Mm-hmm. The highlight of my day.
Well, I'm sorry. So, Lance, you can grab either mic, and there's plenty of slack, so it'll pull to sure either one.
Here we go, you guys ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, it is the Outlaw Radio Network. It is the 12th of July, 2026. You know what's so great about today's date, Tom?
What's that?
It is 5 days away from my birthday.
Oh,
So
yes,
this is the beginning of KDDA. Starts today.
So you just do a week for your birthday?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even do anything on that. Like, my friends are all like, well, you did more than one day. Like, I'm KDDA, isn't that me?
I know people that will do their birthday month.
Yeah, I know. I've dated some girls in the past that, like, their birthday was the entire calendar month and half of the next. So,
Yeah, no, it's too.
yeah, girls get over that, guys. Anyway, welcome to the show, guys. We appreciate it. It is, again, the 12th of July. Big show tonight. So we'll get you caught up on some staffing. We'll give you a schedule, then we'll bring our first guest in. So staffing is just Tom and I tonight. That's it.
That's it.
Tom and I. Beeler is off doing some other stuff. Paul is actually, I don't know if a lot of listeners are aware of this, but he's actually celebrating his honeymoon. So congratulations, Paul. We're so happy for you. He's celebrating his honeymoon in Oregon, and we just could not be more excited. In fact, if you're listening to the show right now, folks, go to Paul's Facebook page and just post in there congratulations on the wedding. That's all I ask you. Just go to his page and say congratulations on the wedding, Paul. We're so happy for you.
Yeah, you know, I did warn him in our group chat.
What would you want?
The edibles in Oregon are really strong.
Are they?
Yeah, you can get 100 milligram edibles in Oregon.
You are audio live already, obviously. But hi, Robert. Okay. So
our mics were hot while we were setting up.
Oh, perfect. Great. I'm going to talk about that in a second, too. And then Lori's not going to be tonight either. She's got some other stuff going on with her family, so just be in contact. Now, what does that mean? Normally, it means that by 9:30 we'd be completely off the rails. But our Heavenly Father, in all of His goodness, said, "No, I'm going to give you guys a bunch of guests tonight." So, just a couple of moments, Lansford's going to join us, running for the Republican nomination in the 23rd district against Tara Simmons.
Nope.
Right? No, against Greg Nance. Sorry. And the primary will be next month, so it's a good time to check in with
August 4th.
Yeah, with Lance and kind of find out where he's at in the campaign, what he's hearing, what he's learning, all of that. Coming up at 8 o'clock tonight, our good friend Frank Aquila, Conservative Insider, is going to join us. There's enough stuff to talk about. At some point tonight, we're going to talk about Christy Noem's cross-dressing husband. And
What?
did you hear about that?
No,
Oh, it's a great story, dude.
no, I've been working some weird hours.
No, we're talking about was it
Okay.
Christy Noem's cross-dressing husband or who was it? Was it? I think it was Christy Noem's cross-dressing husband.
I haven't even seen that in like the headlines going by my news cycle or
It's
anything.
one of the women that were a part of his cabinet that stepped away recently. I think it was known, but I'll double check.
Was it Tulsi?
Sounds like Kevin's mic is off and it's all coming from Tom's. I don't know why that would be. That's what Corey says. If anybody else can give us feedback in the chat and let us know how it sounds. Because no, it looks like everything is wired the way it's supposed to be.
I would say you sound fine in my head.
I know, but we've learned that even if I sound great in the headphones, it doesn't mean it's going on.
Oh yeah, no, then we have to deal with the magic of the internet.
Yeah. Tom, would you step away just for a second, or just check your mic, check on your phone, and just see how it sounds? I want to talk for a second.
Okay.
Anyway, coming up at 8 o'clock, our conservative insider Frank Aquila is going to join us. There's plenty of things for us to talk about with Frank. It'll be good to check in with him. We didn't have the check in last week because it was 4th of July weekend and people would want stuff up. The most important question I'm going to ask Frank is if he still has all his fingers. And then coming up immediately after Frank, at about 8:30ish or so, we're going to check in with No Spark Racing and find folks at the Kids At Destruction Derby Association because they just had a big event last week. We didn't check in with them. Last night. We didn't check in with them last week because, again, it was 4th of July weekend. And Kevin Nelson says, sounds like K-Dog's in the restroom. Kevin sounds like he's in a tunnel.
That's weird.
Very curious.
Okay, I'm gonna try something.
All right. Why don't you, it sounds like you're talking to your mic across the room. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Hold on. All right. Check. Let's see if that's any better. Let's let the people in the chat. There's no way that's better because it's horrible in my ears.
I say I hear you.
I know you hear me, but it sounds way different.
Yeah.
So let's see what the people in the chat say. Now it says Kevin's voice is muffled. We'll give it a second. Lance, I'm so sorry. Lance is here. Like, Lance is ready to go. Lance got here early. He was all prepared, and now we're troubleshooting tech issues. Because why not? Anyway, we'll have some folks in here from No Spark Racing to talk about how the event went off, talk about the next event, which is coming up at the end of this month, the Whaling Days weekend KDDA event, and we'll see how that goes. So I'm waiting because of the delay to see if my mic is better. I can't tell. Tom, how was your week, my friend?
It's been kind of a blur. I started a big project outside the distillery, but I'm also working at night in the distillery, trying to keep the distillery stocked. So I'm on little sleep and a little connection with the outside world. So some of this, like somebody's cross-dressing husband, that's all new news to me.
You know what? The news cycle could not be any more fun.
I haven't seen much of it lately. I mean, I know we're lobbing bombs at Iran again.
Corey
there's. Oh, you just took my mic.
Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah,
Corey
no,
says it sounds exactly the same. So, Tom, I'm going to bring Lance in. Tom, I'm going to let you talk to Lance. I'm going to mute my microphone. You guys chat about the campaign, what's going on the 23rd. We'll get Lance involved. I'll do some troubleshooting on my mic because clearly it sounds like they can hear you just fine.
Yeah, your mic's getting worse in my headphones.
Well,
I mean, do
yeah.
you just need to turn your level up a little?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I don't
there you are.
I don't know.
Turn that back up.
It's up.
There you go.
It's up.
Now you sound better.
So let's bring Lance in. Lance Bird running for the 23rd district against Greg Nance. He's hoping for the Republican nominee. He is the only Republican nominee. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's a pretty easy nomination I got for that one because I was in my Republican run.
So is there any way you make a primary? Like, is there any way you make it past the primary?
Well, there are two other competitors. You got a socialist Democrat on the far left, and then you got Greg Nance. And then on the right, you got me.
Okay. And it's the top two. It's not party base. It's just the top.
Correct.
So theoretically, they could go with both Democrats if enough Democrats to go to Democrats, which is what Democrats do. But you're probably.
Theoretically, yeah, but considering the results from the Senate campaign last time, I'm expecting at least, minimum 35%. And then what I think the real question here is what's going to happen on the Democrat side. Are they going to go for the Democrat Socialist or are they going to continue with Nance?
Okay. I'm going to let you, Tom, talk. I'm going to do some troubleshooting and see if we can figure out what's going on here. So I apologize for the errors. Step around the system here. So you can be patient.
I deal with technical problems all the time.
Right. Tom, it's all yours.
Oh, thank you, my friend. What are, I mean, just jumping into this, now as it is, what are the first, feelings you're getting right now? Your campaign folks.
People really don't like the sale of big income tax. They really don't. I mean, the issues that I talked about last time really haven't changed. It's just more of it.
Okay. So I'm assuming you're out, doing things up on the 23rd. You're knocking doors.
Day job kind of has taken that, not so much of that.
Okay.
I get a lot of feedback at events, the Kitsap Environmental Coalition, which was a very interesting one for a Republican to go to. I
could see that.
Yeah, they were concerned, and I reassured them that I'm not interested in poisoning fish. I don't like dirty air. I want the, the basics, and to be seen as somewhat skeptical on those issues. One of the issues that came up, and they asked directly of all the candidates, was, "How do you feel about the CCA?" And of course, the three Democrats to my right, they all talked incessantly about the revenue aspect of it. And Greg was for it, and Dario, he seemed to be for it.
Okay.
So of course I'm sitting there listening to their answers, and I'm just waiting to go, yeah, no.
Right.
This is a tax.
Yeah. So how was your response, viewed, I guess, handled?
Well, looking at the audience, I could tell that they were somewhat like, okay.
So what was your response to the CC? And obviously, I mean,
I just said strip no.
Right.
Yeah, and then I followed up. It's like, we're not saving the planet here. This is all about a tax.
Right.
I mean, even the other three candidates, none of them talked about how this is going to have any impact on global warming, which is what it's all sold about.
Yeah. That's what we were told.
And what I've come to the conclusion is there's just another revenue stream that's hit on the refineries, which then
trickles down.
Sure. So when you look at that, I was doing some other research and stumbled upon a YouTube video from some other environmental activist group, and they're all concerned, that the Washington State Legislature, due to our budget issues, they're going to raid those funds too and take them out and go, oh no, we need those funds to go where they're supposed to go. So there's a very good chance, considering what the legislature claims is their budgetary issues and shortfalls, that's just going to get stripped out, and they'll just use it for the general fund issues.
Do you think that's going to have an impact on the primaries or the general election? Do you think people are going to vote different?
I don't think the CCA is something that they're going to vote different on, honestly. I think what's going to make a difference for me is how angry they are about the state income tax, and if they want that. So right now, let me take a step back. so we got enough signatures for the initiative, the sales tax, and and what I'm afraid of is a lot of people are going to think that's all you have to do. That's if we get that passed, then everything's okay. But what we've seen the legislature do in the past is that an initiative will go through, maybe even the legislature will pass it, and then as soon as they can, they'll go ahead and reinstate it.
You mean like car tabs?
Car tabs, parental rights, natural gas. I mean, I mean, go down the list.
Sure.
So the legislature, in particular the incumbents in our district, have a bad habit of not listening to voters on those, on those issues that we have initiatives on.
I would say that. I mean, that's more than just the 23rd. That
It
seems to
is,
be
but obviously I'm focused on the 23rd.
of course, yeah. So, do you think that the income tax thing is going to be enough to get people to maybe change their voting habits?
I'll be honest, my concern is that they'll think the initiative is enough because what I got was that there were a lot of Democrats that signed that initiative, and they may think, well, this is what's going to save us from dealing with that. So I can continue to vote for my favorite Democrat or who I think, somebody who cares about me more or is more fair with me. And I'm here to tell you that I don't think that's going to happen. I think as soon as the time period expires from the time that they either approve it or they let it go to the people, they'll just simply redo it all over again. So if you don't want an income tax and if you want fiscal responsibility and you realize that we have to live within our means, you really need to vote for balance.
Right.
And I know in the 23rd, there's probably a lot of people who don't agree with some of my positions. I don't particularly think I'm radical or super right wing about anything, but just because I have an R next to my name, they tend to judge that I'm just going to take all the social safety nets away, and that's far from the truth. I don't want to see that happen at all.
So, what's been your approach to voter outreach then up in the 23rd to kind of drive that point home and maybe express that you're a little more moderate than?
Well, if you look on my website, it says right out of the gate you don't have to be a Republican to vote for balance. So that's really the pitch. It's like if you think the state is doing great and wonderful and you think the state income tax is a good idea and I mean the issues that I talk about on there are 80-20 issues. 80% of people buy into those, even here in Washington, even in the 23rd.
Right.
So if you think the state's doing great, well, you keep voting for the incumbents, and well, we all get what we get. If you think that there might need to be a different voice in there, and maybe put the brakes on some of this spending, and at least get some of this stuff under control, then bite the bullet and vote for a Republican for a change, and eventually you'll get a centrist Democrat because they'll bring somebody more forward. Otherwise, you're going to just keep on getting leftist progressives, which have basically taken over the Democratic Party.
Right.
And what I would call classic liberals, do they really get listened to either?
I don't know. Kevin, do you feel listened to?
No.
There you go.
Okay.
By the way, I believe we fixed the issues. If people listening at home can give any more feedback in the chat if it still sounds wonky, but I think we're okay. No, I don't. Listen, I think part of the draw to your campaign, Lance, is that the folks in the middle feel more and more alienated from the process. And my impression of you as a candidate is not far right. You know what I mean? Like, you don't feel me like a far right guy. You seem to be like, you're certainly a conservative, you're certainly a Republican, but you're not tipped over right, far excessive right Republican. The Democrats have run that way in that district. Tara Simmons is uber left, and her opponent, not Terry Simmons, Greg Nance is left, and his opponent is socialist left. And so I don't know why I keep comparing Nance and Simmons. They don't look the same. Those middle ground voters are left, like me, are left in this abyss. Who do we cling to, right? And I think even as a guy who considers himself a Dem, although a lot of people on the show, Tom, would disagree, it's much more easier to understand where you stand and what you're about, what you're voting, what you would vote for in the legislature, and for me to align myself with you, than it is for me to align myself with people in the same party that I identify with that have gone so far past what is like acceptable left to me. Does that make sense?
Yes. Uh, I don't believe in utopia.
Right.
I'm more of a realist. I within my own personal life, I live within my budgetary means, and I'm pro-human. I want to further and advance the cause of humanity. So some of the policy, I mean, you can't tax us into prosperity, and there is a limit to how much you can pull out of the economy before people just businesses get up and leave and they take their jobs with them. And I was talking to my sons about how the Democrats figured out how to lower the cost of housing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you just get rid of all the jobs.
Sure. Yeah, make the supply and demand different.
Yeah. So if there's less demand because there's no real economic activity going on here, well, you've accomplished lower housing costs.
Mm-hmm.
So
Perfect. Brilliant.
yeah.
Sorry, Tom, go ahead.
I'm dumbfounded by that idea, but I mean, it's not wrong.
Well, it's certainly one way to do it. Not my way I would do it. I mean, I think we need to modify the GMA, Growth Management Act. And this was one of the other concerns that came up at the Eco Forum was, about old growth forests. It's like, of course, I don't want to tear down all the old growth forests. Why?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I believe in some forest management. I don't want to see fires just go in there and, burn up, millions or billions of board feet of perfectly good timber. But it doesn't mean, we got to just tear down all of our forests. I mean, who wants that?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
So, and it isn't just the Democrats that want to protect. I mean, for God's sake, it was Nixon who created the EPA to begin with.
Yep.
So to say that Republicans don't care about the environment is nonsense.
I would say that some of the strongest stewards of the land are hunters I know,
Well,
and most of the hunters I know tend to lean conservative.
well, Teddy Roosevelt was a big defender of creating federal public lands and parks.
Yep.
And yeah, he was a hunter,
Yep.
but he was very, very much an advocate of the outdoors.
Yep.
Well, and Tom's a huge fan of governmental regulations, so I'm
Oh,
sure he'll
love
talk about it later.
Love it.
Hey, listen,
Love it.
one of the questions that you talked about affordable housing earlier,
Yes.
and one of the things that I've noticed is that the housing we're building that I see popping up everywhere is not what I would consider affordable housing. We see really large developments where the prices of the homes are mid fives. We see a lot of waterfront developments, which are certainly not going to be affordable. And I know there's a theory that if we build this and people will matriculate up and then it'll open spots in other places because they moved or something. But I don't see.
So I don't have the exact numbers on this, but I know that there's a lot of cost associated with permits and the delays in permitting, and God help you if you find artifacts on your land and that causes additional delays.
Well, I'll give you one number. One number we talked about last week was that the regulations in the state of Washington add on average about $135,000 to the cost of a home. That was
Right.
the number.
That sounds about right with what I've heard. So if you got that, what do you have to do? If you're a builder, you have to build to the high end because that's the only place where you're going to get your margins.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't really allow you to build quote unquote affordable housing.
Well, just the cost of everything right now with, the cost of fuel. Cost of fuel drives up the cost of lumber because nothing gets anywhere without diesel.
Yep.
So, I mean, the cost of everything is up. So you have to base the cost of, what are we going to rent this apartment, this unit for? Because it costs X number of dollars to build it, and you get that return.
So it's absolutely the responsibility of the state and the local governments to do everything they can to streamline the permitting process and get those fees down. Then you can create the margins that builders can count on to recover their investment, because people aren't going to do it for free, and nobody should expect them to. It's like, people want to do things out of the goodness of their heart, but if this is what they do for a living, they want to make some money.
Yeah, they want to live too.
Yeah.
Well, and on top of that, and again, a lot of this right now is under the purview of the legislature, although I think the legislature could do something. The other part of that is permitting, right?
Yes.
Where we've seen, look, I've been waiting for Panda Express in Silverdale to open forever because, frankly, I would like some broccoli beef.
Yep.
And it still isn't open. It still isn't complete. They're not ready to go. The Chick-fil-A in East Bremerton is now falling into that same trap as well. And they have waited as long as
right.
But again, it sounds like you guys are talking about fast food restaurants, like who cares? But it's representative of the entire problem, right?
Well, those restaurants also represent jobs, and that's just kind of an example of what's going on. And if you do it to those businesses that are very high profile, I mean, there's a very good chance that that's happening to a lot.
Yeah, what's happening to the little guy who doesn't have deep pockets to deal with that?
Several years ago, I remember hearing a guy. There was I can't think of that. It was an Irish pub that he was trying to set up in Bremerton, and just the expenses of putting a particular type of hood, and there were like multiple inspections to try to get that through. It's like, no, you need to set the bar of what the expectation is, and you either make it or you don't, instead of changing it as you go along. I just find that to be ridiculous. And, given the power to do something that, like, regulate that in the state legislature, like, we are going to streamline this. This is what is going to happen. Yeah, that is something, a power I would definitely exercise.
Yeah, and I that's why I brought it up, is because I feel like until the legislature gets involved and says to these counties, you're taking months upon months upon months upon months to do something that should be a hour inspection.
Well, the way to motivate that is if they don't get it done in a certain amount of time, the proposal just goes through.
Oh, I love that idea.
Yeah, it's
that's fair to the potential business.
Yeah, I mean, it is completely unfair to ask people to invest, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of dollars to set up their business, and then just simply delay them because, well, we'll get around to it at some point. No.
Can the county come back? I'm just trying to think what the county's argument that would be. Would it be, okay, state, that we need more money because we need to be able to fund this better? Is there a funding mechanism in there for the city back in the state? And if there is, would you support kicking the counties a little bit more fundage if that's what they need?
I think that could be a possibility, but I would suspect that even a business like Panda Express or Chick-fil-A would go, what is needed? Because what they're really losing out on is time, getting their business going.
Right. And
so, even if they were, and honestly, I don't know exactly the fees that they're paying to do that, but if I'm in their position, time is the real cost. I've got to hire employees. I've got, I've got the community I want to serve. I want to get my business up and running.
Well, not to mention paying,
the mortgage,
the lease,
and whatever financing costs I had for the business to begin with.
To have it sit there and not
so
revenue.
If I'm paying an extra $1,000 or $2,000 to get somebody out there, Johnny on the spot to make sure that my permits pass, I think I as a business owner, I would go down that road.
I would be amazed if they haven't already picked out staff because they were so close to the process. And now how many of that staff is still going to be available when they finally get to open?
That
We've
too.
been telling them for 2, 3, 4 months. I got trained. This was many years ago. I don't know if you remember when they opened Chips Casino in East Bremerton a long, long time ago. But I was trained as a dealer there, and then it took them forever to get permitted to open. And by the time they opened, I couldn't wait around anymore. I had a family to support.
Right.
I had to go get another job, and they're going to be right back at the table again, trying to pick people to hire to work there.
Absolutely.
What else does the legislature? I'm trying to figure out the right way to ask this without Tom blowing a gasket because he hates governmental regulations. Where else does the legislature need to interject itself where it's not now? Like, I know we hear a lot of things about, well, there's too much government and too much interference and too many laws and too many regulations.
It doesn't need to at all.
Right. But is there another, like we just talked about with trying to get the counties in line with this permitting stuff to get it cleared up? Is there something else the legislature needs to be like, we're not really involved in this, but maybe we need to be?
No, they need to be less involved.
No.
Yeah, my focus is all about less is better.
Yeah, less is better. Tom. Yeah.
I mean, I have probably a bit of a libertarian streak in me on that one.
Yeah, the less there is, the fewer steps there are to getting there, wherever there is.
Yeah. I think where the legislature could step in is reform our laws when it comes to let's talk about crime, for instance. Right now, the general policy of a lot of police departments is, if a person who's been arrested and they complain, oh, I'm hurting or this or that, they won't take them to jail because they do not want to wait for them to get medical clearance to actually get them in jail, say here in St. Michael's. So where could the state step in? Well, maybe we need to provide funding at the jail to have somebody who can provide that clearance. So when you commit a crime and you actually get arrested, you actually stay in jail. I mean, there's a concept.
Yeah, is there not medical staff At the
Not
jail?
so. My information is from 2 years ago, and I haven't heard that that's changed at all. But right now, you still have to get clearance, and the feedback I'm still getting back is that's still the case. That if they don't get clearance, a lot of times the officer will say, "Yeah, this just isn't worth it." I think another issue that we could get into is looking at the district attorneys and why are they not prosecuting?
Mm-hmm.
That I have a problem with. I mean, if the police go through the effort of arresting somebody, collect the evidence, we know they did it, or we have, okay, let's bring them to trial, and you need to serve time in jail. There needs to be a credible threat to being a criminal to stop people from going down that road, or in the case of a whole different subject. I'm going to ramble here for a moment, but
You're good.
even in the case of somebody is completely intoxicated, or they're on drugs, or they're in the streets or whatever, there's been a lot of people who've been addicted that they eventually come to the realization that the thing that saved their life was going to jail.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if jail is necessarily the answer, but some form of detention to straighten people out or give them a chance to sober up, then make a decision. And if they fail to make the right decision, they go back on the streets and they keep coming back in. Well, they're going to get more opportunities to make a better decision. But leaving people out on the street, or not taking people to jail, or just letting things turn into chaos, no, I'm sick of that.
Well, Jonathan Cho was over in Seattle this week, and he posted a video that I thought was really telling. It was down in the Chinatown area, where they had cleared everybody out essentially because the World Cup is here, and
Right.
And then the minute the World Cup left, it was like, okay, we're not going to worry about it anymore. And there was a guy who was on the sidewalk who was non-responsive, hunched over on the sidewalk. Did you see the video I'm talking about?
I've seen. I work downtown.
Okay.
My day job, I see it.
Okay, so they had the King County's got their response team or whatever, the people that come down there and check on the homeless folks. They said, well, he's somewhat responsive and has declined to receive any kind of services. There's nothing we can do, and then they left him there.
Okay, so you talk about where the legislature can get involved.
Exactly.
I'm open to the idea of a civil commitment, and I realize some of your libertarians and others can go, ooh, that's a very slippery slope. I agree, but we have government for a purpose.
Yep.
And one of them is when somebody's completely out of control of their life, especially with the issues. And as far as I'm concerned, they pose a safety risk just being downtown. You don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
It's time to act. It's time to really help them. Not oh well, they've got rights. Well, you can still haul them in, and you can do due process and go, you need a detention for a while. Maybe not jail, but something to sober you up and get you cleaned up, at least where you can get to a point where you can make a decision again instead of just worrying about your next fix.
Yeah. Well, the Seattle police have been threatening tickets to people downtown because somebody keeps putting bubbles in the fountains on that new waterfront area down there. And again, it's fine because the bubbles cause issues with the pumps.
I've seen it.
And it makes, I frankly, I love the bubbles. I think they're great to see them when I go to Seattle. I think it's great.
I remember when we used to get bubbles at the roundabout by the bowling alley.
It just seems to me so back-asswards, Lance, that we're going to worry about ticketing people because they're putting bubbles in the fountains, but we're going to have people shooting up hard drugs on our streets, and we're going to turn a blind eye and do absolutely nothing about it. Like, it screams dysfunction in the worst way.
It feels deliberate.
Yeah.
It's like we're deliberately not going to address this issue, and to me, that is a purpose of government, is to create order. To maintain order, not to allow this chaos and this dysfunction and this self-harm that people are doing to themselves. How
much of that falls to the legislature, though? How much of that is Seattle PD or Seattle City Council decision making?
Well,
how much
it starts in the legislature.
Okay.
It starts there.
So if you guys said in the legislature, you're elected in November, you go to the legislature, and the legislature says, okay, we're not dealing with this crap anymore. You guys have got to deal with this issue in the front, rather than ignoring it until it becomes blatant. Then the city has to come back and follow suit.
So what I got out of my ride along was that the officers desperately want to be able to do something. They want. We can talk about police issues and accountability and stuff, but my impression, at least of the Bremerton Police Department, I mean, I was very impressed with them, and I still hold that impression. They really want to be able to do good police work and maintain order in the society, and they cared. I mean, I generally felt like they cared about the community, and so, but their powers are limited.
Yep.
You know, again, why arrest somebody? Why go through all that if you're not going to have the time to get the medical clearance to actually get them in jail? So we wait for these people to reoffend until they do something really heinous. Well, now we're willing to do it. No, we need to cut that. I think it was a similar concept was a broken glass theory that the mayor Giuliani used in New York to clean up that city. And I think that's something that we need to look at, you know, particularly in downtown Seattle. Address the smaller issues, you'll clean up the bigger issues. This is proven. There's not even dispute about this one.
Yeah. Robert, since cities and counties have little incentive to jail a junkie, then they're responsible for the medical bills the junkies have. It's more than the daily bed cost. Is that true? Because, and the reason I ask it that way is because there's state Medicaid that can cover low income or no income folks. I wouldn't considering you don't know.
I can't say I got the exact numbers on it, but considering the money we waste, what was the number here? I got it on one of my things, like a $1.8 billion that we have lax control, auditing control over in just King County. I think some of that money could probably be used to fix some of these issues and help some of these people get off the junk.
Yeah.
I think it's our lack of not caring that just continues the cycle, and we keep seeing these same people over and over in the streets.
The other half of this equation that I think has to be talked about as well as our kids, our youth, the folks that are under 18. We still have in the state of Washington this ability at the age of 13. You can deny medical treatment, you can deny counseling, you can deny mental health, you can deny substance abuse treatment. I'm living it every day. My daughter is now, she's now 20. But we were addressing this when she was 14, and the state basically said there's nothing we can do. We can't force her to do anything. They ignored her until she turned 18, and now she's on the street hooked on fentanyl with a guy twice her age. How does the state return to some level of common sense when it comes to our kids and what they can or can't rationally process and decide about when it comes to things like that?
We have decided that 18 is the age. 18, not 13. I mean, you're talking about some life-altering decisions that children. Yeah. Okay. Let me back up. Even if you don't buy into the idea of God, I mean, God, nature, whatever you want, your higher power, whatever, gave you parents for a reason. And those parents, unless they've been adjudicated that they are not fit, and we have mechanisms for that, they are there to make those decisions for you, on your behalf, and in your best interest. And if they don't believe you should have an abortion, or if they believe that you shouldn't be taking drugs to get yourself transed, or whatever, they're your parents. The Supreme Court has ruled over and over and over. Parents, and parents alone, should have that right. And I believe one of the Shield law or one of those laws is currently going up against in the Supreme Court, and hopefully that'll get struck down. So
the argument is that the juvenile facilities aren't well staffed. They're underfunded. There's not enough help. Again, the legislature is going to come back and say, well, if we're going to do this, we need more tax money.
No, they need to cut the waste. I mean, I was doing some research on one of our IT projects that we got out there, and they want to spend nearly $500 million on basically an accounting package. It was like $465 million. And I mean, I do IT for a living. I can write. I've written very complex programs. And with the use of AI, I'm thinking, for $500 million, I'll write you whatever you want. I mean, give me a small pizza team, and it's called internally at work, group of 6 people, and you can get any kind of software you want, and it ain't going to come nowhere near $500 million. So I don't, and that's just one example. So hearing this idea that we don't have enough money, it's like, You don't measure your success as a politician by how much money you spend. You base it on what results did you get for the money that you spent.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I'm not willing to listen to this. We need more money argument. You already $24 billion over population and inflation growth since Gregor was in office.
But isn't that the issue though with the legislature just in general? We as a populace are not electing people like you who have been in the real world, done real world stuff, have real world skills, know what it's like to balance books, run a business, all of that. We're electing people that are lawyers, which I'm not knocking lawyers, but it's not
It's a different kind of skill.
It's a different kind of skill, and it doesn't translate into balancing budgets and making real world decisions about how do you pay this bill, or how do you figure this budget, or what fat has to be cut. Like, I'm not knocking lawyers, but they deal with this really finite aspect of law. But I don't feel like a lot of them are having to deal with. Well,
they deal with legal, not necessarily justice.
Yeah. Well, and I don't feel like they deal with the day-to-day decisions that a business owner or somebody in the private sector has to make when they decide, how do I roll this project out? You talked about the $500 million, right? How do we roll this project out? What is viable? What is our ROI? What really is our return on our investment? I don't think I've ever heard anybody in the state politics talk about really what is our return on investment.
Yeah.
I feel like they're just like, let's just spend money and then see where the crap lands.
Yeah, if we did our part, we threw money at it.
Yeah.
No, your job is also what were the results of spending that money? I mean, we still got junkies out in the street.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon my harsher language on that, but we're spending billions of dollars. Where's the result on this?
Yeah.
Where's just the simple audit?
Yeah. Well, King County they can't seem to, their controls on $1.8 billion seems to be lacking. So yeah, I think that's a question definitely worth asking.
Yeah. Well, and again, we're looking at they've already warned us out of Olympia that there's going to be a major budget shortfall. What did they say? $4 billion? There was.
I've heard up to 10.
Up to 10, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's going to be a significant budget shortfall. And all I can think of, Glenn, tell me if I'm looking at this wrong. I got a house, I got kids, and I got pets, and I got groceries, and I got power bills, and all that kind of stuff, right? I can't come back next year and suddenly tell everybody that I have money to, I don't have enough money. Like, nothing healthy can operate that way. And yet it feels like for the last several years, ever since we had that big ass surplus during COVID, every year since then, we've come back and said, oh, we don't have enough. Well, if you don't, how did you not have enough?
It's never enough.
Not only is it never enough, but now they're future spending money they know they don't have.
I don't think they want to be the party that has to say no at all. And it doesn't mean you have to say no to everything, but there is a point where you have to have a discipline and you have to be willing to take some heat and say, no, we cannot afford this. We're probably go off some programs that, that we can look at. I think some Medicaid programs that are going to particular groups of people, I might choose Americans First, and I'm sure that'll get me into trouble in the 23rd, but that's where that's the direction I'm going to go. Like, not everybody's entitled. We can't say yes to everybody. We have to take care of what we're responsible for first.
Am I overly naive when I say that we don't have a budget deficit? We have them writing checks that they can't cash?
No, it's not just you. It's Gregoire. She said exactly the same thing.
We have a spending
problem.
Yeah, right. not a revenue problem.
Yeah, massive.
But not only is it a spending problem, and just correct me if I'm wrong, right? Because I don't understand how the mechanisms in Olympia work, right? But as they sit here today and they look at next year's budget and they say, well, it could be $4, $5, $6, $10 billion short. That's because they've made promises on money they knew they didn't have, right? Like, it didn't just prop up out of nowhere that suddenly they were $10 billion off, right? That meant that they had to have projected spending ahead of projected income.
That's all new math accounting. I mean,
yeah,
it's not real accounting.
Oftentimes when you get into quote unquote cuts, it just means you're not increasing the amount of money that they're expecting it to be increased. So hearing the word cuts I get a little suspicious of when I hear that. And again, when I hear things like the IT project that's $500 million, it's like that's just one. What else we got out there that's ridiculous?
It's so insane.
Well, okay, so I'm going to get into further trouble here.
Do it.
So yeah, I can't help myself. So I was out at the air show. Fantastic, by the way. I just love seeing those P-51 Mustangs flying all over the place. Just I got to do that these days. I got to learn to fly and do that. But I talked to a woman who she's this person's a guard at the prison. she confirmed it. Yeah, we really are spending money for sex change operations for prisoners. I'm like, you're in jail. You are in prison. You got dysphoria. Deal with it.
Yeah.
This is not something that is a priority for spending. This is not something, oh, and then the other fun part was that, they claim to be a woman. They go to a female prison. Gee, guess what? They're having sex.
Shocker. Look,
and maybe that's probably not a lot of money being spent in the grand scheme of things, but it's an indication of what the spending priorities actually are. That's what I have a problem. Well, I have a problem with all of it, but it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Look, if I found out tomorrow I was going to prison, suddenly I think I'm a girl.
Well, sure, why not?
Well, why not? I'm going to go to prison. I'm going to a women's prison. It'll be a lot more fun than going to prison with a bunch of guys. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, you know what I mean? No, you know what I mean? No, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What are you hearing on the 23rd? Because again, it's been a predominantly blue district. It's been predominantly Democrat. I think you're in a really unique time though in the state with the millionaires tax, with some of the backlash against some of the lack of police funding, and some of the lack of law enforcement ability and all that kind of thing. What are you hearing?
Well, I'll put it this way: some of our neighborhoods don't necessarily have a crime problem like or issues like Bremerton does. So I live in Bremerton. I see it. I've unfortunately had to experience some of that. I mean, we've had people steal packages off the door and that kind of stuff, and maybe let's just say Bainbridge may not have that issue. So that's not the top of their concern. But I am glad to hear that they're finally upset about the state income tax. And I'm here to tell you that unless you decide that you're going to change and you're going to consider Republican for a change and get the progressives or get the Democrats to bring somebody forward that's more mainstream or more towards the middle, it's just going to continue. So even if with the initiative, and I suspect it will pass, don't count on it sticking. I mean, we've seen that with all the other initiatives, so I don't see why this one would be any different. And again, they're going to claim we don't have enough money. Well, who there has the guts to say no? I don't see it either the incumbents in the 23rd by any stretch. You got one that's going to get. I don't think she has any restraint.
Lance, I love you, man.
Yeah. I mean, there's a part of me that likes Greg. I'll be honest with you. Nice guy. Always been very, very cordial with me. But I'm not.
You guys just agree. You guys just don't agree politically, right?
No, yeah.
And I think we've lost some of that, right, in our elections where we can just say, I like the guy. The guy's fine.
Yeah.
Like his policies are wrong.
Yeah, I think he's voted wrong on a lot of things, and that's really my only beef with him is that him as a person's fine, but him as my representative, right. Okay, that's what part of the reason why I'm running. And then of course, God forbid the Socialist Democrat. Oh, that's her and Tara they're gonna have a heyday.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I've had people come on here and tell me that they don't think that Tara makes it. They think that Daria is gonna bounce her just because of all of her issues.
Well, we had a candidate, and for whatever reason, he needed to withdraw. Personal reasons. So you've got a lot more votes in play, and I would encourage. He's not. When I was in the Eco Forum, he's talking about the CCA, and I'm like, oh, great. Thanks, Dario. But compared to what we got, and this is by not an endorsement, doesn't mean I think he's not on my wish list. But sometimes you got to look at well, who's closer to the way I feel.
Yep. And I think Dari's on the show next Sunday, I
Yeah.
believe.
So,
we'll have Dari on here.
I hope to be working with him.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. And personally, I like him. I mean, I think he's a decent guy, nice guy. Do I agree with him on a lot of the issues? No. But I think I would have more in line with him, and I think he would be able to have a realistic view on what the budget, what we could do, and probably work with Dan Griffey. You had him on last week, and work on the budget along with Travis, and really get the state help to get it unscrewed.
It really is what we need, right? We need a little more cross-aisle communication, a little more working together instead of one party completely.
Even at the fair, I really try to listen to people who I'm pretty sure are not politically in line with me, just to hear them out. Like, what are you really concerned about? What is it that you fear? And most of it all comes back Trump. And it's like, well, I'm a lot of things, but I'm not necessarily Trump. I'm Lance, and I just happen to share some of the same policies that he has, but I'm not Trump. I'm Lance. And maybe you need to see what I'm talking about, and then decide to vote. And if you think the state's going in the absolute right direction, then vote for the incumbents. Be my guest. If you think that there's a lot of room for improvement, well, then consider me.
I know you're hearing that from voters. I mean, we were asked earlier, like, what are you hearing from voters in the 23rd?
I get a little worried that sometimes my circle is more conservatives, and they're raw. We really want you to win. So my exposure to actual Democrats, but when I get a chance to talk to people, I do tend to get an open ear, unless they're just the 30% that just will not consider a Republican for any logical reason.
Have your work cut out for you?
Yeah,
in that district for sure.
We knew uphill.
Yeah, but I love the fact that you're taking. I'm always conflicted about this, right? Because on one hand, I think, okay, well, if the 23rd is in blue forever, which it has been, and if Republican is not traditionally done very well on the 23rd, I mean, I think normally they get about 35% of the vote in there somewhere, but it's never really competitive. Is it better for the Republicans to wash their hands of it and say, no, well, let's not waste resources here. Let's put our resources to other places.
Well,
and then I talk to people like you, and I can hear the hope that you're building inroads weren't before.
You have to keep trying. I mean, obviously the lobbyist. I mean, the money I've raised is basically minuscule. It's really shows like this, or going to forums and talking to people, putting things on YouTube, that sort of thing. That's the only thing that's going to win the day. Maybe I can afford, some literature to go out, but it really comes down to people. Are they just tired of the direction of where our state's at? Who wanted the state income tax? Nobody. Consistently said, we do not want a state income tax. Why are you not listening? What did you not hear? And a lot of it, from what I can tell, is within the legislature. It comes from up on high, and the rest of them have to follow.
Yep.
Whether they buy it or not. If you don't do it, we'll cut off your money, or we'll primary your ass, or we'll do whatever. But if you don't toe the line, you're
toast.
Yeah. I don't know. That's necessarily what's going on with the incumbents on the 23rd. I wouldn't be surprised. But across the state, I mean, that was a pretty unpopular decision to make, is to vote for the state income tax. So I'm not always sure who's making the decisions. I just know that I'd vote no.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the average voter, isn't so average and actually gets out and votes. And two, I'm hoping people vote with their wallet, because if you keep doing what you've always done, then you're always going to get what you've always got.
I think they need to vote for more than just the wallet. I think they need to look at, for instance, our crime issues and
But at the end of the day, that's voting with your wallet too, because crime's expensive.
It is. I mean, when you say wallet, I think money, and I think it's more than just money. I think it's what do we want our state to look like? How do we want to care for people? How do we want to improve our society and make it. I mean, if you don't have the government right, if you don't have your politics straight, the other functions and the other things that you enjoy in society aren't going to work either if you don't have that one figured out.
Yeah, my problem is I think the average voters can become apathetic to all that other stuff.
Well, they think all the politicians are the same. They think we're all crooks.
Yeah,
or you're not going to do what you promised you're going to do, and it's like, well, I can't speak for the others, but I can tell you that I'm quite capable of sticking my middle finger at somebody where I think they're hurting people.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Well, and using that argument, right? Well, they're all the same.
They're not all the same.
Well, but
I know.
Yeah, let's pretend that argument is true. They're all the same. Are you happy with where you're at? No.
Bingo.
And if everybody's the same, then why not try somebody else?
Yeah.
Why not give another voice a shot if you think that everybody's the same? Because what you've gotten so far, like, I'm going to use your district, right? And I don't really have anything negative about Nance, right? Like Nance doesn't give me the desire to vomit like Nance's seatmate does, right? But if you're not happy with what you're hearing, if you're not happy with your pain at the pump, if you're not happy with your cost of living,
I'll tell you straight up, I'm happy with Nance is that he did vote for the state income tax. He did vote for the getting of some of the parental rights stuff. He does believe in the CCA, and he thinks that that's an okay thing.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some pretty big issues for me. I think those policies, stripping parents of their rights to be notified if something happens to their child, or if medical services are about to be performed on their children without their consent. I have some real issues with that. Go ahead, Kevin.
No, I just sorry, I'm getting feedback on the audio issues that we had earlier. I don't know how anybody can literally. I don't know how anybody can wake up in the morning and look at the situation in this state and feel optimistic.
Well, yeah,
cost of living through the roof.
I would agree.
Taxes extremely high.
Mm-hmm.
The roads suck. The legislature has proven they're not going to listen to us because that's what they've done trying to pass this this income tax.
Mm-hmm.
They've proven in the past that if we vote for something they don't like, they'll just reverse $50 car tabs. Everything is higher.
Mm-hmm.
And I still believe, Lance, that the Democrat Party in this state, I won't say nationwide, but in this state, the Democrat Party is the biggest bunch of hypocrites I've ever seen in my life. They preach ad nauseum, we're here to help the poor and the oppressed and the minorities, and then every policy they do screws the poor and the oppressed and the minorities.
Well, it's a classic case. I'm going to break your leg, and then I'm going to offer you a crutch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's like, well, why didn't you just not break my leg to begin with?
Yeah, amen to that.
So I'm getting less convinced that you're a Democrat.
No, you know what I am is I really am like an old school, like I would call myself like a Reagan Democrat.
Okay.
Like a blue dog Democrat, which doesn't really exist in the party. At least not totally.
I think half the people who vote Democrat actually are like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if they've quite got the message that the Democrat Party, as it is today, is run by the progressives.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to see it now, and it's going to be even glaringly obvious when AOC is your Democrat nominee.
That is never going to happen.
But we'll see about that.
That is never going to happen.
I don't know. I would have never thought Kamala would have been the nominee.
Yeah.
I would have never thought. I would have thought they would have been better off to start with no money and go with Newsom.
I think AOC checks every box that's important to Democrats. She's a woman. Check. She's a minority. Check. She's young. Check. She speaks well. Check. They don't care about policy at this point. They just care about cults of personality.
They don't even need someone who can speak well.
That's true.
Well, I think if Kamala could have spoke better, she'd have beaten Trump.
I was thinking Biden.
But Kamala's word salads, I think, is what killed her.
Yeah. Today is tomorrow's today's tomorrow, or whatever.
Something down.
Lance, we appreciate the heck out of you. Can you believe it's been an hour?
No.
It's 8:00, man. It flies by.
Thank you for having me on.
Will you come on again after we pass the primary? Can we? Because I'm sure you're going to be on the final ticket, right? Because the Dems are going to split their votes, and I don't think either one of them. I think you'll probably be the leading vote getter coming out of the primary.
That is possible. it'll be interesting to see how that one plays out. I'm really curious to see how many people in Kitsap are going to go for the Socialist Democrat.
That'll be a fun race to watch.
That will be, yeah. And if she takes it, that's going to be a really interesting race, because I think we have very different visions about how we think things should be done in Olympia.
I'm not going to ask you to comment on this unless you want to, but I'm just going to say what I think, and then if you want to dig yourself this hole, you can do that.
Sure, why not?
I think it would be better for you as a candidate if the Progressive Socialist got the nomination, because Nance could argue Nance isn't quite so radical. Lance is a little more centric, even though he's really not. He's a little more centric than the person who ran against the Democrat side of the ticket. I think if you ran against the far progressive candidate, I think it's easier to connect you with reasonability than it is
I was just going to bring that up.
Yeah, the far liberal.
I kind of agree with Kevin on that.
Thank you. That's a good way to end the show.
Yeah, I do think that if your opponent out of the primary ends up being the progressive, I think the 23rd will shift.
The thought has crossed my mind.
The Landsberg is running for 23rd district against Greg Nance for the Republican nomination on the ticket for the primaries in August. I think I can speak for Lance on one thing specifically tonight, which is go vote.
Absolutely. Just like we talked about last week, it's like you may not believe, and this is really a message more to conservatives. It's like, if I'm taking the effort to run, please make the effort to vote, even if you think your vote doesn't count, whatever your excuse is, stop.
Yeah.
You know,
give it a try.
Yeah.
Do something new.
Spend the 5 minutes, fill in the ballot, just do it.
Yeah.
Get it in the mail. It's not that hard. Do your civic duty. And I know all the reasons on the conservative side, or people who are conservative leaning, why they don't want to do it. And I hear it, and I hear it, and I hear it. And if I thought it didn't matter, I wouldn't even be bothering to run.
Mm-hmm.
So take the effort, take the chance. Nothing's going to happen if you don't.
Yep, exactly.
Well, things will stay exactly as they are if you do.
No, they'll actually get worse.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's entirely possible. I mean, that's the trajectory we're on right now.
Yeah,
So,
that trajectory will just, they just, we finally demoralized them enough, so they'll believe that their vote doesn't matter at all.
Which,
Landsberg, love you, man. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for dealing with some of the tech issues earlier. I'm still learning this gig as I go, and I just appreciate you, man. I wish you the best of luck in the primaries, and let's get you on and talk in September.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, buddy. All right, it is Landsberg again. Or Google it, look him on Facebook. Just educate yourself for the people that are on the ballot. Like, literally pull out your voters pamphlet and go in and Google and do some reading. Don't just go to like one place, go to a whole bunch of places, go find their campaign stuff, see what they stand for, all of that. And then just educate yourself on who the voters are. We're going to take a really quick break. When we come back out of this break, Frank Aquila, our conservative insider, is going to join us. The first question, Frank, I know you're in the chat and you can hear us. The first question I'm asking you is, are you sick of soccer yet? We'll do that. We'll talk about a whole bunch of other stuff here in just a little bit. It is the Outlaw Radio Network. You're listening to outlawradionetwork.com. We are back after this.
Here we go. Frank, can you hear us now?
I can hear you, yes.
Thank you. Hold on, I can't hear Frank. Give me just a second.
Can you guys hear me?
Frank, do me a favor. Say hello one more time, will you?
Can you hear me?
I know people can hear you, but I'm not able to hear you. So give me just a second. Just a moment here. We've been having some technical issues. We put some new stuff in the filter in the pipeline tonight. Frank, I'm going to take you off camera just for a sec, just so that people can't see you while I fiddle with this. But I'm going to leave you.
I can hear
on
Frank online.
What's that?
I can hear Frank online.
Yeah, everybody can hear Frank online, but I cannot hear him in our headphones, and I'm trying to remember why that is. Give me just a moment. Hey, Tom, get on the microphone.
Okay, are you ready for me to come back
Yeah,
in?
I'm ready for you to come back in. Your camera's on. Give me just a sec, Frank. I apologize. So many issues, so little time. What am I doing wrong here?
Well, you're a 4.0 college graduate. You should be able to figure it out.
This is what happens when you guys put me in tech. We've had this issue before, and I don't remember how we fixed it. Right, Tom?
Yeah. Oh, there I am. Now I have a mic. It was a button. I remember that, but I didn't see what it was because I sit farthest from you usually.
All right, you talk just for a sec.
What
Frank,
would
stay
you
right
like
there,
me to
buddy.
talk
We're
about?
working on it. I promise, man. I'm so sorry. I know we pushed you an hour later, and I'm having a tech issue. So, Tom, you talk just for a quick sec.
Well, what are we talking about?
Let's see here with stuff going on around the sound. This past Friday, I went out and met with Gary Parker and did one of his barbecue and bourbon events. So Black Ring's been showing up to some Gary Parker stuff. What else would you like me to talk about, Joe?
Tell us your life story, Tom.
I don't know. I'm trying so hard over here. It's not fair. I just want to host a podcast, man. I didn't sign up to write technical crap. This is not how I'm wired.
Hey, Tom, just tell him to turn the switch off and turn it back on.
Jesus. Jeez Louise. All right, keep talking.
So,
What do you think of Lance as a candidate? Let me ask you that
Well,
question while I troubleshoot this. Why don't you talk about what you think about Lance as a candidate?
So, actually, I like Lance. I like that Lance is. I think Lance is the right kind of conservative for the 23rd. He's not super far right. He seems like kind of a middle of the road. He sticks to his conservative values, but he has a very live and let live attitude. So I don't think voters need to be worried that he's going to go into office in the 23rd and try to make major changes that won't necessarily appeal to a very liberal population, obviously, because the 23rd seems to have been how long is it? Blue?
Blue as long as I can remember.
Yeah,
it's been a blue district forever, ever.
For as long as I've been following politics.
Frank, would you go check your Facebook chat really quick? I'm going to talk to you offline here really quick. Would you go check? I know you can hear me. Would you go check your Facebook chat, Frank?
And according to the chat, now we have an echo.
Well, Tom, let's meet here at 4:00 next week and just troubleshoot some stuff because
I'm here all day on Sunday.
Yeah. Do me a favor. Would you go over to the other couch too? I think that might get rid of the echo.
Okay.
Because I'm right behind you.
Okay. So I am mic 2. Turn mic 2 off.
Gotcha. Mic 2 is off. All right. I'll turn you on mic 3. Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand why this is working, and I feel awful for Frank.
Do we have? No, I don't have.
There you go. Try it again.
Check. Here we go.
Right, there you go.
I was going to say I'm on the orange microphone. I don't know. Yeah.
All right. All right. We're going to take a quick break. I'm going to work on this for just a sec. We're going to try to figure out the other stuff. I'm going to sit here with Frank just for a second, and then we'll take a quick break. When we do that, we will I'm going to try to figure out what's going on.
Okay, I'm going to try some cable management stuff.
Okay,
here. How do we do this?
You try some cable management stuff. I'm going to try to fix this one last chance before I let Frank go. Otherwise, Frank has said we can reschedule, which I hate to freaking do. Look, here's the issue. The problem is, Frank, listen, in all honesty, and Frank, I hope you're hearing this. Frank carves out time to be with us, and he sacrifices his whole freaking weekend. He builds his time around coming on. And so, Frank, just for me and you, we're like, I'm so sorry, dude. Like, this is embarrassing for me that I can't figure out what the freaking problem is. And so I'm sorry. I never wanted to feel like I'm disrespectful to anybody's time or commitment to come on. And so that, just on a personal level, this is just uber frustrating. So I'm really sorry, Frank. I love you, and I love your commitment to being on the show, just being consistent with us. And I'm sorry that I'm an idiot that can't figure this out. Now, with that in mind, we'll take a break. I'm going to play this. We'll see if we can figure it out. Stick around.
Okay.
Outlaw Radio.
Kevin, if there's something I can do to help you,
I don't know. I don't know why it's not. I don't know why we can't hear him.
This is phone.
This is phone. This is pad. The pad.
Right. It's not on the phone, is it? Have you tried the phone?
No, it's not. It's not the phone.
You haven't tried bringing that
No,
up?
because the phone is just this that comes into here.
Oh, got it. Got it. Okay. This is all recording stuff.
They can hear him, but it's not coming into here. So why is that? What is the line?
That's from the computer.
But he's turned up here.
Yeah, but he's coming into the computer. His signal is from here.
Yeah, but his signal should be from here back into here. That's how we're able to hear him. Is what's the return signal coming from here into here?
I think it's a setting on the computer, not on this.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to try one more time with Frank. I played around with a little audio thing.
All right, you're going to try to play around. I played on a little audio thing. I'm going to see if this works. Frank is in the chat. Frank, can you say hello? Let's see if this fixed it. Frank, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I cannot hear you, Frank, at all.
Listen!
Sweet Mary. Frank, I love you. Let's reschedule, man. I'm sorry for wasting your evening. I'll be in touch. We'll figure this out, man. I promise. It's something to fix. This has happened before, and it's when Dennis was working boards, and then Dennis knew how to fix it, and I don't know how to fix it.
All right.
So I'm gonna have to figure it out. You know what? Hold on. Frank, say hello.
Hello.
Hey! Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, hold on, Frank. Hold on. I got to turn you down a little bit. Let me fix our media thing. Tom, come here really quick. I'm going to show you what the button is. So if this ever happens again, you'll know what it is.
Mine like a steel trap.
Mine like a steel trap. It's this right here. This has to be switched to that. See that right there?
Oh, to the
To the USB indicator, which is that line there. So that has to come over to that. So now we've all fixed it. Frank, thank you so much, buddy. How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm glad you were able to figure that out there, Kevin. I knew you would. You have a 4.0 in college, so.
Well, I don't have a 4.0 in college right now. I've only got a 395. I'm very
Oh,
disappointed.
you
Actually.
slipped.
I did slip. Tom is online with us now. Hello, Tom.
Yellow.
Yellow. What? We have an echo again. Why do we have an echo? Now try it.
Hello.
We still have an echo. What is that all about?
I can hear you fine.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to mute you just for a sec. See if the echo exists on your end, Frank. Just one more sec here. Hold on just a moment.
Also try turning all the mics off except for the orange and the red. Orange and red plugs.
Oh. Okay, try that again.
Check.
No, we still have it. That's so weird.
Is there a microphone on the computer? Oh, something just changed.
All right, try it again.
Check.
That's still what we fixed one issue and come up with another one.
Well, according to Frank, we sound okay.
I know, but
So you and I just have to ignore the echo in our head.
all right, Frank, can you hear us? Okay, just now, Frank, can you hear us?
How do we lose Frank?
Did I lose Frank again? Frank, you there? Oh, because Frank is muted. That's why. Hold on, let me unmute Frank, and then let me mute this. Frank, this is Radio 101. All right, Frank, say hello.
Hello.
Frank can't hear us.
Say hello again, Frank.
Hello.
Okay.
Hey, there he is.
All right, hold on. Try it again. Say hello, Frank.
Hello.
All right, say hello one more time.
Hello.
I swear. All right, hold on a minute, dude. You know what, Frank? I had a really good series of questions for you about everything going on nationally, and now we've gotten derailed by tech issues. Can we reschedule, buddy? Like I really want to talk about this. Can I reach out to you tomorrow? We'll reschedule.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm sorry, buddy.
I'm sorry, buddy. I love you. I'm going to send you some. I'm going to buy you Mariner tickets if you ever come up here. I swear to God. I'll get you a suite, and I'll buy you hot dogs. I'm sorry, buddy.
All right. That'd be great.
Love you, Frank.
For the
All right.
Mariners.
We'll get next time.
All right.
We love Frank.
We love Frank.
Follow
Go follow Frank online too, by the way. Go follow Frank online. I'm so annoyed, dude.
I don't know.
I don't know. Now the echo is gone.
So it has to do with our internet feed or our camera feed.
There's something involved in the feed with him, and I don't know what it is. All right.
All right.
Thanks to the listening audience, all of you that have stuck around through all this chaos. I'm so confused. Okay. Coming up in just about 10 minutes or so, we'll have the folks in the KDDA in, and we'll talk about the Derby and the big event that they had last week.
Last night.
Last night, sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so spun around today. I'm getting so frustrated.
Gather your thoughts,
I'm
buddy.
getting so frustrated.
Gather your thoughts, buddy.
Getting so
Gather
frustrated.
your thoughts.
Yeah. All right. How you doing, buddy?
Me, buddy?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Good. Good.
I had a productive day in the distillery today. I got some barreling done. I've been trying to get done for a couple of weeks now. So, yay, I got something done at work.
Let's comment on. We have about 10 minutes. I'm going to do one of the national topics I was going to bring up with Frank, and that's the passing of Lindsey Graham, who passed yesterday, I believe it was. Might have been this morning, but within the last 24 hours or so.
Yeah, less than that probably.
Yeah.
I saw it in headline, but I didn't have a chance to dig into it. What happened?
That's a good question. Let me double check because I think I know. He had a sudden illness, they said. But I don't know if they released specifics. Okay, it says he had an aortic dissection caused by heart disease. 71 years old, South Carolina Republican, passed away suddenly last night. He suffered a tear in his aorta.
Oh.
And there's no coming back from that.
No.
The aorta is the major blood supplier.
That's a pretty important.
You're not going to recover from that.
No.
So listen, he's been the last couple of years. He's been relatively like a lightning rod, right? Because he's been been pretty consistently supportive of Trump,
Right.
which is peeves some people off, right? Like, clearly, if you're a Trumper, then you're wrong. I was never a huge Lindsey Graham fan, but I also never felt like he was like, I never felt like he was MAGA. Does that make sense? Like, I felt like he was a Republican and he was going to follow along with the Republican agenda, do what Republicans needed to do, but I never got the idea that he was kissing Trump's ass.
No, I don't know that I've ever gotten that feeling either. I mean, I think he aligned with Trump on a lot of stuff, but I don't know that his alignment was necessarily trying to garner political favor from Trump. I think he just legitimately aligned with some of what Trump had to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree, and I also think, look, I think the Republicans are learning to do what Democrats have done very well, which is keep our infighting out of the media.
Coalesce, come together.
Yeah. Keep our infighting out of the media. If we're going to have disagreements, we better handle that in back. And this is a national program. Washington State has not.
No.
Washington State Republicans can't get out of their own way. But nationally, I think that they're learning. It's okay for us to have disagreements, but we can't air it publicly. We have to handle it behind the scenes. We need to be on a united front. And Lindsey Graham, other Republicans know who the big kahuna is right now, and the big kahuna is Trump.
Right.
And so, for the sake of the party and of the agenda, and as they would believe for the nation, you fall in line and do what you're supposed to do to back the main play. The main play right now is to stick with Trump. Now, you can argue if Trump is right or not. That's not what I'm saying. But I think Lindsey Graham was savvy enough in politics to know that's how you're going to play the game, especially with midterms around the corner and then a big election in 2028 where you're going to have a new president in the White House no matter what because you've got no incumbent that can run. I think Lindsey Graham was smart enough to know that.
I think that's probably a fair analysis, but I also think I think he was independent enough from the party. We've got we have some.
Keep talking. Shit, we don't have to give that away. It's a
sorry.
secret. It's a secret.
Anyways, I think Lindsey Graham was probably independent enough, but I mean he supports our president without being a crazy MAGA guy.
Yeah. I don't think there was any part of it that was humping Trump's leg. You know what I mean? Like, but again, listen, if you're going to do politics, then it makes sense to stick with the agenda that worked. And Trump's agenda, whether you agree with it or not, worked. He ran
to a point.
Well, he ran and he won. And so that planned agenda won him the White House again.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been crapping the bed lately with Iran.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about Iran after we chat with No Spark, because the situation in Iran, we talked about this last week and the week before, and I continue to be able to believe that at this point, I don't want boots on the ground in Iran. We'll talk about this later.
Right.
But I believe that that may be the only option we have now. And we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I mean,
we'll talk about that.
We've all had our opinions on that. I mean,
mine are just right though.
Oh, is that it?
Mine are just mine are correct.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I wonder what this means for the midterms. Lindsey Graham's passing. I wonder what this means for his seat. I wonder what this means for the momentum of the party. He was a very loud voice in the Republican Party. He had a lot of standing. And I wonder what this means.
Well, the party will appoint someone to finish his term.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there will be, air quotes, an incumbent for the midterm.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, we can ask the question, is that incumbent going to have the advantage that a real incumbent would have, during the campaign? But, who knows?
Yeah, well, so here's what we know. Graham was up for re-election in November.
Right.
So they're going to have a A special election on August 11th. A special GOP primary will be held to determine the Republican nominee. So they're going to do that in August.
Okay. But I mean, they're still going to have to appoint someone to finish his term.
Yeah, I'm doing some research now. They may not appoint anybody to do anything. Is Congress out of session at this point?
I don't know.
Yeah, and it's hard to research that during the show. So I'll do some research. Either way, you're going to have a new voice running for election in November.
Right.
And what does that mean, right?
Well, but it begs the question. I mean, if they appoint someone to finish his term for whatever that may be, then presumably maybe that appointee has the advantage of being the incumbent, even though he's not.
Yeah, I don't. We'll have to see. But I'm curious, right? We keep hearing a lot of noise about how Democrats are going to lose seats in the House, and Democrats are going to lose seat in the Senate.
And they're still going
to. Sorry, the Republicans are going to lose seats in the House and lose seats in the Senate.
Right.
And Rick said the governor's going to appoint someone until the election in November. Thank you, Rick.
Well, but I thought we were hearing that they were going to gain seats, but still lose the House or the Senate.
They're going to gain seats because of the gerrymandering.
Right.
But they're still going to lose seats nationally.
Right. Right.
So does this put South Carolina's Senate seat up for grabs?
Well, yes, but no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying is I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, South Carolina is a pretty diverse state as far as there's a large African American contingent there.
Mm-hmm.
That demographically tends to vote Democrat before it votes for Republican.
Typically.
I don't know how the districts are wired down there. I don't know how they've been written. I don't know if gerrymandering is an issue or whatever. I also could be severely stereotyping the demographic, and maybe there's a huge contingent of African American population that vote Republican in South Carolina. I mean, Lindsey Graham was the incumbent after all.
I do know there's a pretty good presence of the Libertarian Party in the Carolinas.
Did you hear that? The Libertarian Party in South Carolina. There's 6 of them, and they meet at Moe's Tavern and drink with Homer. All right, let's do this.
That was funny. That was funny.
Can we put our friends from No Spark in with you? I'm going to put them next to you.
Well, I'll go ahead and go back.
That's where we're getting the echo from. I think it's because your microphone is right in front of me. Because everybody says we sound great now. So I think I'm going to put them next to you.
Okay.
I think I'm going to put all 3 of you on the couch.
Okay. I'll move to the right. They can take the left. I'll move headphones and stuff down. And
Josh and come on over, guys. The fine folks from No Spark Racing are here. We're going to talk some KDDA. By the way, coming up to start next hour, we're going to talk about the story that has me giggling my ass off, which is the true story about a former member of the Trump administration divorcing her husband because he's a cross-dresser. It's a true story, and you won't believe it, but it's going to be a lot of fun to talk about. I can't wait. And again, guys, I'm so sorry about all of the. Corey said we don't sound any better. I don't know what to do, guys. I really don't. We don't. I'm not hearing any echo at all. And so I don't know what to tell you. What's up, guys? Take your microphones, hold them in your hands, pretend like you like them.
Take yellow up.
I'm going to turn them on in just a second. I'm just letting everybody get situated first. All right, here we go. What's up, guys? Josh.
Hey.
How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
How I am is dependent on how you feel last night.
Last night went really well. I didn't get a win. Unfortunately, somebody blew my car up. And
the wife looks guilty.
Guilty.
Hold on, Josh. Why don't you introduce us with you before you go too much further?
This is my wife, Krista.
What up, Krista?
This is my son, Junior.
What up, Junior?
Hi.
How are you? Are you racing yet, Junior?
I'm racing. I'm going to be racing PA.
Okay, Port Angeles.
He definitely raced in Forks too.
They let him race.
Yes,
Derby.
Okay.
It was just the demolition part of it. No race, obviously. They did just finale type stuff. But what place did you take?
Second place.
Nice.
First time driving ever.
Oh, not bad. Junior, let me ask you a question. Just between me and you. Forget your parents are in here. Just ignore them for a second. Are you a better driver than your dad?
Yes.
Smack talk begins. Okay, so did your wife blow up your car, Josh?
I did.
What did you do?
Threw the piston into the oil pan.
Were you driving it?
Yes, I was. First time ever driving. My kid drove before me, of course, in Forks. And I rode, last Derby, I rode with him in my first race, riding with him. I usually do time trials sometimes, but rode with him for the first race. And that's when I decided I'm going to get my own Derby car. Not going to build this season, obviously, because there's not a lot of time left. But he finally talked me into running his Pittman race last night and ran it. I was in second place, trying to push this guy out of my way, and it decided to blow up and left me on the side of the track.
Outstanding. But hold on, but it's not really your fault, right? I mean, you're just driving
No,
the
it's
car.
all his fault. He overheated it every race and left me with nothing.
I think that's awesome. All right, guys, let me know if the echo went away. I think Robert just told me how to fix it. So let me know if the echo went away. I think I might have just fixed it. Josh, is it your fault?
I plead the fifth.
Is the car going to be ready for the Whaling Days Derby?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'll put a different motor in it.
Okay. So wait, do you ever race at the Whaling? Do you ever wait? You were racing in Forks. Do you race in Kitsap at all, Krista?
I don't.
Krista, right?
Never raced until the Pittman.
Okay.
Last night was her first time ever
Last
driving.
night.
And you
Never
broke the
driven.
car.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, dang.
Great.
Josh is never going to let you drive it again, is he?
Hey, at least she's not afraid to drive it.
He tricked me though. He tricked me.
So
I was taking the corners and he decided to rip the e-brake on me.
That is so
And then
awesome.
she took them a lot better sideways.
I'm just gonna. I don't usually like to give props to Robert Parker because it goes to his head and he gets a big ego and then he talks about how he's so much better than I am. But Robert, you were right about what I needed to fix the echo, and I should have done it an hour and 34 minutes ago. So thank you, Robert. Because I'm an idiot.
What was it?
No, but I don't. You have a win or?
Yeah, but did you know? Hold on, Josh. Have you told your wife about this?
I have not.
I won the Outlaw Invitational
Josh,
last
don't-
year.
Did you?
I am.
don't
Hold
do
on.
this.
I am the reigning and defending champion. Thank you.
Yeah,
I think she knows now.
Yeah, I
I
won
do.
the year before.
Yeah, but
So
I
yeah,
know.
yeah, and the Cowboys won the Super Bowl in the 90s, but we don't talk about the past. We talk about the reigning and
90s,
defending.
Jeez, dude.
We talk about the reigning and defending. You said last night was a good night,
yeah.
but you didn't win.
No,
What makes it a good night?
well, my team was there.
Okay.
We were all racing, having a good time.
Everybody had fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No drama. It was the cancer charity night, so all the proceeds get donated. I think it went to St. Michael's.
That's I had heard. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a
I
lot of
forgot,
cars
yeah.
out there for that cancer derby.
There was.
yeah. I was supposed to be at the race last night, and then at the last second, I had work issues, and I've missed 4 straight derbies this season. I've never missed 4 straight derbies. I'm sad.
Well, you can't miss the next one.
No, I won't miss the next one.
Yeah, next one, by the way, will be July 25th. It's the Whaling Days. The Whaling Days Derby is going to feature tow behind race, big car finale. The tow behind races are a blast,
The
dude.
behind is my favorite race. I love watching that race.
They had a car park on top of another one at the Derby last night.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Oh,
pretty
that's
epic.
wicked cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw pictures. That
Pretty epic.
That's wicked cool.
They
It-
both got back in their cars and continued though.
that
Yep.
yeah, I had heard.
and this is the last Derby that counts in points.
I think it's the next one.
Well, the next one is
The Whaling
Play
Days
Day
one.
and Championship Night, right?
The next
No.
one,
No.
Whaling Days is the
That's
last
what I mean. Yeah, talk in your microphone. The listeners can't hear you. You have a great radio voice, and you have a face made for radio too, Josh.
one. I know. Thanks.
You're
My
welcome.
mom told me that.
That's
too.
right. No, the one that's coming up though, the one Whaling Days weekend is
Yeah,
the last
that's
one
the
that points count,
race.
and then September 12th is the Play Day night when I get to defend my reigning and defending
Yeah,
championship.
are you guys all
Candy
coming from
ass.
Outlaw? So
You-
that way she can beat you this time?
Oh,
Who can beat me?
Alicia.
The one that's
Beeler?
usually on the radio.
Are
Yeah.
you are you
Yeah,
rooting for
Alicia.
Beeler?
Oh,
I am,
Well,
absolutely.
why are you rooting for Beeler? I'm so nice to your husband every time he's here. What are you talking
Keeler's
about?
not even here.
It
What
doesn't
did I-
matter.
what did I
I
do
am
to
going to
you?
stand up for her.
Why?
She's
She's
not
not
here to
even
defend
here.
herself.
It's that's vagina talk.
Ah, great. Tonight's show brought to you by Tampax. Okay, listen.
You're gonna make my mustache fall off.
I don't know why would you root for Beeler to win? Why would you? Just because she's a girl?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We need to get out there.
All right.
Yeah, there's not very many. I mean, my daughter, she's
racing before I am. She raced every race last night too.
Yep.
She was out there for at least 5 of them, and her car
Really?
is still going
That's outstanding.
without a radiator. She lost her radiator, so
And she lost her
but
radiator in the
she
first
kept
race
going.
and just kept going.
She kept going.
And surprisingly, that Toyota didn't blow up, but my
It's-
Honda did.
It's air cooled now.
Yeah. I got a sight glass through the whole block.
Yeah.
How much work do you got to do between now and the next event?
No sleep.
No
A
sleep.
lot.
We got a lot of work to do.
Because you're still working a day job, right? You're still doing all the
At
normal
night,
stuff,
sometimes.
taking the wife on date nights, right? Right, wife, date nights,
Yeah.
right?
Date
We
nights
just had
into the
Taco
shop
Bell.
working on derby cars.
How
Absolutely.
Right to the
romantic.
shop. Woo, woo.
By candlelight, right? By candlelight.
Right out
Play a little Barry White while you're turning wrenches.
I
Yeah.
enjoy working on cars though. So
She's the warden.
Is she the gearhead?
absolutely.
She is. For the most part, yeah.
Melody just said that you're just jealous that her car is better than yours.
Yeah, I mean, I built it.
He definitely is jealous.
Is he?
Oh yeah.
Junior's talking some smack.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to bring him. Just joshing.
All right. But you have a lot of work to do. How many cars are you maintaining? Like how many cars are you working on between now and the next race?
8, 9. Yep.
Yeah.
Because that includes everybody in your own team, right?
Yeah.
And you guys are all working on them together.
Yeah. Oh, and we did take on another car because last night was going to be like a memorial lap for Mikey Stevenson, the old flagger.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mikey.
so we did a motor and a transmission swap and got the car there, did a time trial, and it blew up. And then we couldn't get that car out there for the memorial lap. So we ended up putting his signboard onto Tyler Robron's car and then went out there. And Jordan Perez did the victory lap thing or the memorial lap. And then we all drove out there and did a ceremony for him.
Talk a little bit about Mikey. I know that he had been part and parcel to what the KDDA has been about for a really, really long
Yeah, I
time.
think he's like prehistoric.
Yeah. He didn't like us.
Really?
No, that's not true.
Well,
at
the
all.
Because you
first
guys
year-
didn't listen to him,
Well,
probably.
the problem is it's so true. This is a good Mikey
Red
story.
means stop.
Yep.
Green means go.
Yep. Yep.
Checkered means stop.
Yep. Yep.
It wasn't even that. So the first year we raced, everybody thought we were doing a figure 8.
You should just. Oh,
Except Mikey, who thought we were doing an oval. And then Mikey got pissed because he didn't know we were, and he was like, no, you get back in line. You're doing an oval, right? And so he was not happy, but he was a solid dude.
yeah,
Like
he was around forever.
for people who loved the Derby and what it stood for and what it was about and the community and the family of it all, like that was totally Mikey.
Well, and he was all about the show too, because Dennis would pick on him and play music, and Mikey would go out there and dance and make a fool of himself, and
Absolutely.
he was all about the show.
Mhm.
Yeah, Mikey was awesome.
We're all there. All the drivers and like basically like the board members and all that. We're all there for the crowd. Like, yeah, we make a little bit of money, but I mean, we're literally there just to have fun and entertain people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's fun. I have a blast.
Yeah, you guys don't make enough money to offset the time and money you spend to get these cars going. This is a passion project, not a money making project.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we'll have more cars next year too.
Yeah, a lot more.
Who's Sunshine's nephew? Okay, because Sunshine said leave my nephew alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Junior, what do you think? Can you can handle yourself just fine, can't you?
Yes.
I did it for the rock.
He doesn't even have to say much. He's just like, yep. Yeah. We know who's in charge. Also, Kevin Nelson had a question, Josh. I'm hoping you can answer this. Kevin Nelson asked, is it true K-Dog won the Outlaw Invitational last year?
Kevin.
Kevin. I think he did.
And Kevin Nelson, that's the Kevin I'm talking about. Kevin, stop it.
I heard he did.
What's great, Josh, is that the listeners do this in the chat all the time now.
I
Just
love
every once in a while, they'll be like, who won last year?
Like
Kevin,
last weekend
stop
when
it.
I
He
could,
does it too.
Does he?
I tell her at the house all the time. I'm like, hey, did you know?
I think when he was supposed to be here last time, we couldn't make it, and he was just on there.
Yeah, I was on the message.
Yeah,
Hey,
no, I know you were.
remind them all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Listen, because Josh is Team Kevin.
I am.
Josh and I, in fact, can I invite you guys to something if you can get a sitter for Junior?
Absolutely.
My birthday's next Friday night. We're all going to go to karaoke. We're going to sing karaoke out of South Pacific. I dare you. I'll buy you a shot. I'll buy you a couple shots. We'll do some tequila together because tequila is the greatest. What do you got, Junior? You're going to say something?
I want to give a shout out to Abel Todd
For his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, Derby.
Oh,
Whose birthday?
Abel Todd.
Abel Todd?
Yep.
Okay.
One of our driver's sons, it was his birthday yesterday for the Derby, and he 15, he also ran in Forks and is going to go to PA as well.
Outstanding. How old is he?
15.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
It's cool.
Happy
You guys
birthday,
have got
Bob.
some young drivers that are coming up, right? Like it feels like you've got the next generation starting early.
Mhm.
Um,
Yep. He's 11 and he ran Forks. He's going to PA as well. And then Abel's 15. He ran Forks going to PA. And then his little sister, I think she's 13,
Mhm.
is going to run as well in PA. So we're
Nova Todd.
starting them all young.
and Melody as well is younger, and so
She'll be 17 on the 21st of this month. So she can't run out there with the youth derbies or anything, but she's running KDDA.
Yeah.
She'll be back next year.
Junior, could you take Melody in a race?
I don't know.
She's a pretty
So
good
you
driver.
you'll beat your dad, but you're not sure about Melody.
Dad,
He
you
has to be
suck.
nice to his sister.
Oh man!
Wow. All right. You're gonna give me some pointers for my big race in September, Junior? You give me some pointers?
What were your pointers, Junior? Do you have brakes?
No, the brakes are the person in front of you. Do not touch a flag.
And do not touch a flag.
Perfect. All right. How was the turnout? What was the crowd turnout like last night? Good turnout?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There was lots of them.
Place rocking?
Yeah.
Okay. Whaling Days is going to be good too. You know what I hate? I hate that I can never come to the Whaling Days event because I work the PA. I work for Whaling Days during that weekend, so I'll be on the PA. But I'll give you guys a bunch of plugs to go down. Is the Whaling Day show the biggest one of the year?
I think so. Yeah.
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 The Cancer Derby, the one last night.
Yeah.
Can-
The
Cancer
Cancer
Derby's
Derby was
big
the big
too?
one. Yeah.
well, that and what back in the day when the Derby was part of the Kitsap County Fair, that was pretty good turnout too.
Yeah. The fair kind of attract a lot of people.
Yeah, but that's been like 3 or 4 years now.
I think it's been like 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Which is too
we
bad.
kind of had a win last night. I mean, we sponsor a car that took a win last night.
Rolling Hazard Racing.
Rolling Hazard Racing with Marcus Wright. He took the win last night, and we sponsor him.
Nice.
Did all the work to his car and stuff. So
So he
in that sense, we took a win, I guess.
he took the win for the finale.
No, and
just
he
a
took a win
B-dash.
for a race.
Oh,
B-dash
okay.
race. Yeah.
B-dash. Yep. He definitely told me to make it a point to mention Rolling Hazard Racing. So we
Yeah.
did.
What about the sponsors for No Spark?
There's a whole list.
Yeah. Do you have them?
All Terrain Painting. They've been our biggest sponsor since day one.
Mhm.
We have Linden Salvage.
American Northwest Recycling, Yank Apart.
Yep.
North Shore Towing, Local Wrench, Cup of Chaos,
Total Orchard,
Christine's Coffee Cabin.
Yep.
We got
and then Rolling Hazard as well, and Robron
Robron
Family
Racing,
Racing as well. They do a lot of work with us.
Arcadia Building.
Yep.
That's one of Damien's.
We have lots.
Yeah.
It's cool though, right? I mean, to have
Absolutely.
such community support for what y'all are doing, because you guys couldn't do it without the sponsors, right? I mean, you guys have to have the sponsors to make it happen.
Absolutely. And it's not even about money there either, really. I mean, there's a couple of them that do pay, but a lot of them are like, they come and help us get our cars ready. Or, if there's something at the shop that No Spark needs, they'll buy tools or, some equipment to build or, anything really to help us out. It's not just all about, them paying money for
Mhm.
sponsoring us or whatever. So they help us out in a bunch of different aspects.
The money's nice too, but
Absolutely.
that comes and goes. The parts and tools usually stick around.
Yeah, and just the support's got to be cool too, right? I mean, just knowing that you've got other businesses in the community that support you, that want to see you guys succeed, that want to see you go out and put on a good show, like that's got to feel really good that you're getting support outside of that, outside of your community.
And our biggest sponsor, who's been with us since day one, All Terrain Painting, they actually sponsored the whole night, truck night at the KDDA. So they were out there being the trophy
And,
truck and all that stuff.
Nice.
Who
R&K.
won that finale that night?
I think Josh did.
Who the night our All Terrain sponsored?
Yeah.
Who won it?
I'm pretty sure you did.
You won,
Mini
Josh.
finale.
Oh, I won a
look,
finale.
absolutely.
Yeah,
that's great. You know what's really cool?
We were
Winners are in the house
Oh
tonight.
my God! Here we go.
Winners.
Here we go. Where's she at?
Winners.
Oh, she couldn't be. She's probably in the bathroom. She's always got a pee
No,
break.
do you know where Beeler's at tonight? She's at home.
Why?
She's
Is she watching?
she's
Is
got. I
she
don't-
at least
no,
watching
she hasn't
me have
commented
her
yet
back
tonight.
by
Fucking laryngitis
myself?
or something?
She hasn't
Come
commented or
on.
nothing. No, she hasn't. She hasn't commented. Actually, truth be told, her car blew up.
Huh.
Yeah.
Reach
Kinda
out
like
to
I
No
just
Spark
did.
Racing. We might help you out with a car.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah. If you'd have been here
blew
tonight,
up like
Beeler,
3
nice
cars.
try.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
listen,
so-
there's this. Josh and I have this thing, right? We're just winners, no winners. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
success, no success.
Absolutely. You forgot a sponsor though. He did mention that. And
RNK, and don't forget Cozy House Kennels.
Oh, that Sunshine said that, didn't she?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
That's her
she
company.
did.
That's
her
her
company.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Although
I told you there's so many. They're hard to even remember now.
RNK,
You put a whole
definitely. He
list in
is
front of my
a
face.
huge help. He grabs 2 cars every race morning, hauls them to the track, works on all of our cars all day long,
And then
tows
holds
them
them
all
back
back
home.
home.
Was that Keith
Absolutely.
Knowlton?
No, it's RNK Ray DeLander.
okay.
Oh,
Just
okay.
gotta show him.
Sunshine said, "Don't get Josh drunk. He's a lush."
Absolutely.
Don't get Josh drunk. He's a lush. Did you catch that?
Absolutely.
He didn't say that right, but I caught.
Did I mess it up? Did I?
Yeah, you-
I'm a trained professional, man. Don't try this at home.
It's a tongue twister. Yeah, I'm not a lush. Thanks. I'll have like 2 Coronas and be white girl wasted,
Perfect.
but I'll keep drinking because I'm thirsty.
Well, I'm really hoping some of you folks with No Spark make it out to my birthday party on Friday. I really do. I think it'd be great.
Where is it at?
We'll be at South Pacific, which is right downtown across from the ferry terminal
Okay.
in Bremerton. There'll be karaoke. Get there early if you want me to remember that you were there, because I drink once a year, maybe. And when I do, they got to carry me home. So,
South Pacific has really good fried pickles.
yes, they do, Junior.
Why can't I come to your birthday party?
Because it's 21 or over. And unless you have a
Yeah.
fake ID.
I don't think
No fake
It's
ID. I
gonna
don't
have
think.
to be a really convincing fake ID.
Look, given this state,
don't
you
think
can
you'll pass
identify
with
as whatever you want to. He can identify as a 48-year-old man. Just show up, Junior, and say, hello, I'm 48 years old. Thank
and
you
I'm a
very
woman.
much.
Just say you're a woman. They have to leave you alone.
That's right. That's right.
Cut your balls or something. Be fine.
He's
yeah,
definitely going to be saying this in public now.
um,
What are you talking about? I'm a woman.
we love
Yeah,
you
we're
all.
gonna
My
go.
dad
To, we're gonna
said
go to
so.
Wild Waves, or somebody's gonna be like, I'm a 48-year-old woman.
That's right.
My dad said so.
My dad said I am.
Perfect.
Oh, you can't do that wild wave.
Yeah,
No,
Sh-
they're
last
closing,
year,
aren't
yeah.
they?
Close.
Shania,
Shania.
Shania said
Yeah.
we love you all, the Jet family. So there you go. You guys gotta have a whole lot of love in the chat.
We have a lot of fans and a lot of family and a lot of friends, and we're just trying to keep branching out. I mean, we still got the Facebook No Spark Racing.
Mhm.
We still got the No Spark. We still got No Spark Racing YouTube channel.
Yep, we have a YouTube channel
There's lots
now.
of good videos on there now. Damian
Good.
Osborne, he number
Perfect.
256 on our team. He runs that and
All about the GoPro.
make sure we got good evidence or good
They have
footage.
the GoPro of his finale on YouTube,
Yeah.
the GoPro was in
Racing
with him.
Oh,
Okay.
Nice.
so you
Yep.
can watch the GoPro of his finale that he won
Awesome.
Yeah.
because he's a winner, like K Dog apparently.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh,
Woo.
Josh, winners, no
Yeah.
winners, man.
See,
Um,
I had to teach Kevin how to.
you didn't teach me,
Teach him how to
Jack.
drive.
I had to teach him how. I did it the year before.
Do you know what
Yeah.
Tom
Just
did
took
the year
exam.
before that, though, that he won't talk about? He had a huge lead. I mean,
that
a
was
huge lead.
that was the year before.
Yeah,
that
he
was
had
the
a
first year.
huge lead.
Didn't you hit something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he out of nowhere just decided to drive into a tire in turn one. Just
That's almost worse than hitting the wall.
Yeah,
Those
it
tires
is.
do
Zach.
hurt.
I did, man. I just judged the turn wrong, and that was it.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't the wall.
Well, I mean, we're still doing the Outlaw Invitational, right?
yeah.
That's what
I was
hear.
gonna ask you.
Yeah, dude.
She's driving your car though, right?
Who?
She gets
Bueller.
to drive at
So she
Bueller
can
to
win?
yeah, absolutely.
No, K-Dog's in my shit.
Yeah, see,
I think
She
she's
wants Melody's car.
I think
she does want
gonna-
Melody's car. She did
She
say she
wants
wanted
Melody's
Melody's
car.
car.
I think she's gonna do something to your car then. That way he doesn't.
Put sugar in my gas tank like a woman.
Absolutely. I will help her.
Shit.
Mr. Madright said, "Can't beat me, Josh." Levi said, "I'll drag any of your cars off the track anytime."
Mad Right
must be
Is
Marcus.
it WRIGHT?
And, Mad WRIGHT8. Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
Yeah.
probably Marcus, the winner.
That's Mr. Marcus. That's
Yep.
the guy I told you about.
Rolling
Rolling
Hazard.
Hazard Racing that won a race last night. Yeah.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
Marcus.
his head's so big he's gonna need a freaking school bus to haul himself around.
Is it his first win?
Yeah, it was his first one.
Yeah, Marcus, you and I have the same number of wins.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That's
Because
like-
winners know winners, baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, he did great. He definitely spun me out, and I gave him a receipt right back. So I think that's probably why my motor's fucked. But
Do we know how many cars we have for the Outlaw Invitational this year? Have you? Do you?
how many do you need?
Well, I mean, we need at least 4, right? Because that'd be me, Paul, Tom, and Beeler. But we'd like to bring, a couple other peeps in. So
What
just
about Doc Blackwell?
well, that's what I was going to say, though. So if we have at least 4,
Yeah, I mean, you
but
guys
if we have
usually,
more than that,
yeah,
then,
you guys usually do it like early in the night, so all of our cars will still be running.
okay.
And if they break on you guys, boo fucking who they break.
So how many cars is that?
Oh, we have what? Fucking
We have at least 8.
Okay, we can fill
Ourselves.
8 spots.
Yeah.
Like we could fill 8, no problem.
count on 6 because 2
Okay.
of them are big car, and
All
I
right.
don't think they'll let you guys go out there with big and
Yeah, Marcus says game knows game. Amen, brother.
yeah.
So you're going to win next week,
And I'm sure Rolling
yeah.
Hazard might help out with cars too.
Okay.
Yeah, Rolling Hazard.
They have
probably-
small cars.
They have
I'm sure
too
they'll
many
help out too.
cars.
Okay.
He's got a Toyota Camry that's a tank, and then the other one's a Honda Civic that's just obnoxious and for some reason faster than mine. I don't know.
All right. So are you guys going to come on again next week? Because next week is the show before the Whaling Day show. So you guys going to come on next Sunday again?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's do it. And then let's figure out how many cars. Let us know next week how many cars for September, and then we'll fill them. But it's not going to matter, right? Because I got Josh's car. I'm going to win again.
Blah, blah.
I'm going to be the reigning and defending
Yeah.
twice.
He won't be.
I'm helping her win
He,
against all
I have a
of you.
Toyota Camry.
What's that?
He's got a Toyota Camry.
You have a Toyota Camry?
Yes, he does.
Okay, that's your car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sponsor bird Gabe Saltzer gave him the car.
No, outstanding.
It's kind of smashed.
Junior, are you going to be racing
right.
in the next event for Whaling Days weekend? Is there something you'll be able to race? No, or no?
No, they don't do anything youth over there. His next race, I believe, is on the 23rd, I want to say, of August and up in PA.
Okay.
So they
Yeah.
only do the youth in Forks and PA.
yeah,
I
it
wish we
doesn't.
did
Yeah,
something
doesn't
this year.
KDDA require you have to have a driver's license?
No, you just gotta be 16.
You have to be 16.
Oh, 16. Okay.
Yeah.
And is that just because of insurance purposes and stuff like that?
assume
And
so, yeah.
that's what it is. Yeah. They're just afraid of you, Junior. They know if you
Absolutely.
run in Kitsap, you're just going to dominate.
He went nose up with every single car in Forks
Yes, I did.
to the point where his top buckle broke on his harness, and he kept going.
Wow.
Every time he
Alright.
would hit somebody, head in the steering wheel. He
You
didn't
know,
care. He
you know
kept
what I
going.
love though? Like just the look on Junior's face is like, I got
He
this.
never gave up.
I know I got this. I know I'm good.
I bounced my head off the steering wheel and blacked out.
Did you really?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He woke up and started it right up and kept on going.
Wow. You're
Never gave
bad.
up.
You're a bad dude, dude.
Must be nice to still be rubber.
He was so little that he couldn't hardly see over the steering wheel. So all he could see was the top. And he was like, yeah, I'm going for it. Don't know what I'm hitting, but it's there.
Who do you get your mad racing skills from, mom or dad?
Sister.
Or your sister?
Oh, Melody Barrett.
Okay.
You're
all
giving
right.
him the skills.
Yeah. All right.
I can't take any
She is
skills from this
very-
one.
She is very, very,
This one's trash.
she's very dedicated and determined. though.
Damn.
She is.
Yeah.
She is very, very dedicated to getting in that car.
Pay
Yeah.
for you to get up to Forks.
Proud of her.
Josh can't. Well, you can't wait till he's 16 and then you can
He
face
took
him.
a win before him in the Power Wheel, even.
Oh, did he?
Absolutely.
Oh, that's right.
Wait, what's- Absolutely.
I noticed your head.
So as for youth at KDDA, they did like a Power Wheel derby.
That was
So
awesome.
we had like the little Power Wheels with the batteries, and all the kids would be on the track, and they would put a balloon on each 4 corners,
Mhm.
and the kids would have to drive their Power Wheels and pop the balloons instead of like, well, I guess they did smash into each other, but they would have to, whoever was the one standing last with a balloon still was the winner, and he definitely won that too.
And my car was
Before his dad.
slow.
Slow.
was like-
Absolutely.
A turtle. It was probably slower than a turtle.
Yeah. Listeners in the chat are saying that Junior's a savage.
He
You're-
is
you're
a savage.
That's what
I
they're-
am.
That's what they're saying.
I am.
Thank you.
Oh, you guys
Melody's
are filling
laughing.
his head as big as his dad's now.
Yeah.
Sir Alpha Male over here.
Doug says, "Good job, Junior." Just like me. Hell yeah,
I
that's
am
my
the
nephew.
alpha male.
Yeah.
I am Optimus Prime.
Yeah. Kevin Nelson says that young man
Shush.
sounds like a Knievel. That's great.
Yeah.
You should see him on a quad.
Okay.
I flipped it on my leg.
You should
once.
see him on a quad.
Did you?
He did. He did
Okay.
flip it and got off of it and flipped it back over and got on and kept on going.
You guys
With
are just
sister's help.
yeah. Okay.
Yep.
God forbid he stubs his toe, though. It's the end of the world.
He got that
God
from his
forbid
dad too.
God forbid your
He got
car
that from
breaks, you
his
start
dad too.
crying.
Oh, Junior, you know, it's probably a long walk home. You might want to tone the trash talk back just a tiny bit.
I'll strap him to the back of the tow truck.
So hold on, Junior. Who are you rooting for in the Outlaw Invitational?
You.
Me. Thank you, Junior.
Actually,
Thank
never
you.
mind.
Of course.
No. Why?
You got to
Why?
root for Bueller, the girl.
Mhm.
Yeah, come on. We need more girls out there. My
All
son's
right,
got my
well,
back.
What's wrong with the
Girl
bald
power.
guy?
Told you he was a
What's wrong
female.
with the bald
Yeah.
guy?
What's wrong with the bald guy?
Yeah, nobody's rooting for Tom.
Boo.
Nobody's rooting for Tom.
We're gonna have 2 girls on our team next year.
Are you?
Absolutely.
You're going to have 3 girls.
Or 3 girls. Well, we'll have my daughter and then me and my sister were racing as well. So we got cars.
Which
We're
one?
gonna
Who's your
build them next
sister?
year. Jenny Pesca.
Okay.
She
All right.
just actually moved back here from Tri-Cities. So she came and her boyfriend is Josh Hales. He's also on our team 314. He did the mini car finale last night. And if there was a Mad Dog, he definitely would have taken that.
Okay. Can we listen? We may not all agree on who we want to win, but can we all agree that we want Paul to lose? Can we agree with that?
Yes.
Who's
Yeah.
Paul? Is he here?
No, he's not here.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, then he'll lose.
Paul's not here.
Oh.
today.
Sorry, Paul.
Paul's such a loser. He didn't even race last year because he said his old body couldn't handle it. But he's going to race this year.
At
he
least
says.
it wasn't. I have a headache, so I can't race.
So, yeah. In my head, K-Dog's going to win. Out loud, me being the person I am, I'm going to say that as long as they all have fun, that's all that matters.
Oh, that's not what you really want to say.
And there's no... What'd you do?
No, we hear you. You're still good.
No, you're there.
He said he keeps talking about K-Dog winning. I'm going to shut his mic off.
No, well,
Well,
Yeah. You know, the only reason Kevin won last year is because I had a flat front left tire and I couldn't catch the sumbitch.
okay, there's a guy out there that races a big car. He cannot win unless he loses his front left.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Andrew Pottercross.
Yep.
He's
Really?
out of
Okay.
Forks too, I think, or Port Angeles, and he
He does
Out
the
there
best
race-
without that one front tire.
that tire's gone. He wins.
No
Every
front.
time.
Really?
Yep.
Big car.
Okay.
Big car.
Yeah. No. Last year, my wife rode with me. Oh my God, she had a blast, and I couldn't even go that.
I was
so
completely terrified.
I'm hoping she rides with me again this year. So
Yeah,
was
I
she
make
in
my-
the Outlaw Invitational race when you were racing, or was that on the ride along for a time trial?
no, she rode with me during the Outlaw.
Oh, did she? Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, you can have a passenger with you.
Can I? Okay,
Absolutely.
perfect. All right.
I don't recommend Blaine, but
No, it will not be Blaine.
he will roll.
It will not be Blaine. Blaine is too tall.
Yeah.
And
Can you imagine him in a 2-door Honda Civic?
No, I cannot. No, I can.
I don't know how he fits.
Blaine
in
will
that
be my
Mazda.
birthday though. Blaine will be my birthday. You guys.
Oh
can
yeah,
see
we
him.
definitely got to show up then.
Blaine will be great.
I
Yeah.
miss
He
Blaine.
hasn't seen him in a long time.
I didn't know you guys knew him. I mean,
love Blaine.
yeah.
He
Blaine-
worked with Blaine.
Blaine's
Yep.
good dude.
Yeah.
Blaine's good dude. I'll tell you guys during break about a prank that Blaine and I are about to plan somebody. But I'll tell you on break. Yeah. Blaine has become my prank buddy. I got a prank war going with some friends at church, and
He has a great sense of humor.
yes, he does.
Great sense of humor. However, I do not think I want to pull a prank on him that makes him upset.
The retaliation.
He's a big dude. He's
Yeah.
like 6'7",
Yeah, he is
300 and something pounds. And if he catches me, I'm done.
That's
Junior
that-
just
that's a big dude.
lost street cred
The
doing
6'7".
6'7",
Absolutely.
6'7".
9.
That's great. All right, so
Shush.
who's excited about the toe behind race? Alex wants to know.
Alex Costa wants to know. Yeah, he's the one doing it.
Oh, that's my
And last time I
favorite.
checked, he hasn't been at my house to work on his car, and he has no rear bumper on it right now. So how's he doing that?
Maybe he's going to show up. Maybe he'll show up this week.
No, he was at the house when we left.
All right,
He looked at his car and said, "I'll work on it later."
Josh, I'm going to put you in charge of who comes on the show next week.
Okay.
Whoever you want to bring in, anybody you want, and we're going to do a whole hour next week.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we'll do a whole lot. We'll do the whole first hour next week, just KDDA in honor of the big show coming up the following Saturday, the Whaling Day show.
So
Perfect.
7 o'clock hours KDDA.
Yeah.
How many people are you allowing him to
Unless
bring?
I find out we have another guest scheduled, like we had Lance Bird scheduled tonight. Nobody told me,
We have
and Lance showed up to be on the
seats.
show, and I'm like, well, I got to rearrange the deck chairs on the Titanic. But we'll
We
make
got
sure.
a whole ass mall we can fill up.
Oh yeah,
What's-
no, I've got a stack of seats over there. No, you bring all the people you,
You bring
want.
I
whoever you
would.
want.
I
I'm a-
really want all of the drivers to be able to come
That would be
to
a
at least
great
one show.
I think it'd
first
be,
hour.
just let me
Yeah.
know how many you're bringing. We'll have enough chairs. We'll pass the microphone around.
Yeah,
we'll
just
we'll
pass it
rearrange
around,
the
that's fine.
cameras. We'll figure it out. But I just need to know in advance.
I think right now we'll just say
I
that
think we
all of
should have
Nose Park's going to be
Every
here.
one of the drivers, at
Yep.
least. We don't
Okay.
have to
Was
bring
that
like the
8?
extras. Like I don't have to be here, but like all the drivers, I think it would be fun.
Let's see.
Zach, Andy,
Andy, Tyler, Melody, me,
Damien,
Damien,
Alex.
Alex. Who am I missing?
I don't think anyone.
Me.
It's really hard to think these things on the
Yeah,
spot.
now you know how I
but
felt
there's
my
at
first
least
time here.
7 or 8 drivers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we got
Okay.
a lot of chairs. We'll just sit
Yeah,
chairs
no,
up. We'll
we-
pass
we-
I
microphones
think it should
around.
just be the drivers.
Yeah, plenty.
I'm sure there's a comment on the thing telling us what driver we forgot by.
They haven't said it yet, but there's a
That's good.
delay. So give them a second. They'll
Yeah.
catch up. Tyler said
and
Roland
Melody.
Hazard.
I could bring Marcus.
Oh, you
Marcus
forgot
will show up.
Doug.
Oh,
we
Doug.
said-
Ha!
We said
Josh.
Josh. Oh no, we didn't.
We didn't, but we'll bring him too.
Josh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Doug
Yeah.
Ha.
Doug Ha. All
Doug
right.
Ha.
Let's do it. Figure it out. Let me know. We'll
Let's
make
do
it
it.
happen. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll do that.
Yeah, pass the mic around.
Perfect.
Let him have fun.
Oh,
Everybody
wait.
can
No,
meet
hold.
everybody.
Daria's on at 7. That's right. Daria's on at 7. So you guys be on at 8. That's right. Daria's
Fine.
on. And
That's
Daria's
past
an
my
important interview.
bedtime.
Listen, Daria, I'm glad that you're in the chat, dude. I'm so excited to talk to Daria because he's running in the 23rd for the same seat that Tara has. It'll be our first chance to talk to Daria. I'm really excited to have him on. So Daria will be on at 7, and we'll have you guys on at 8. Does that work?
Do we get a full hour still?
You
'Cause
still
you're
get a full
gonna
hour.
need it.
8 to
No,
9.
we'll go 8 to 9 with you guys. Yeah,
Perfect.
That'll be great.
We got lots to talk about. We got drivers you haven't met yet. We got Zach Fisher. He hasn't been on yet. Joshua Hales, aka Doug Ha.
Oh, we got to find out if Brandy Cruz is going to run in the Outlaw.
Has Tyler
Invitational
been
this
here
year.
yet?
Tyler's been here with me. Yeah.
I think Brandy
Andy?
would. I'll text
Andy's
her.
been here.
Please do.
Damien's been here.
Damien's been here. I've
Melody?
been here. Melody's been here.
Has been here. Yep. Alex.
Alex has been here. 'cause,
Daria, how long have you been
Zach?
listening? That's my
Amanda
question.
called Alex a sloth. She's like, "Do you always move that slow?" And he's like,
He is a sloth.
"Yeah."
That's why he has a sloth on his signboard now
It's gonna be a
from
lot of fun.
Ice Age.
All right, guys, we love you.
Oh.
I really do, Josh. I'm glad that we're fans of each other. We're just going to support each other winning. That's
Yeah.
what we're going to do.
Real recognize
And,
real.
Yeah, real recognize real. And
She's still gonna win.
You
Beeler's
know
not
I
gonna
don't care
win
what you say.
Beeler's not gonna win nothing.
I'm gonna help her
She
win.
can't even show up. She ain't even got a car.
Yeah, how are you going to help her win? How can you help her win?
I'm gonna sabotage everybody else's car.
That's perfect.
That sucks because she's gonna be the one fixing them.
That's right.
I'll fix him after she wins. She's winning.
I'm gonna spike strip it.
Dude, do you understand how bad though it sounds when you say that you have to sabotage all the other cars so that she can win? Like you're basically saying that Beeler's not good enough to win on her own talent.
I think she can.
Huh?
I think she can.
Well, then don't sabotage
Absolutely.
the cars. Just cheer her on. Like, why do you got to
Oh, I
threaten to
will.
sabotage the cars?
Just
I
so
don't-
that way I know she wins.
I don't.
Why
want-
don't you ride in the passenger seat with her?
Yeah, why
I'll
don't
give
you?
her some tips.
Yeah, why don't you ride with her?
I'll give you
Okay.
a tip.
Don't breathe
Don't
underwater.
breathe underwater.
All right, we appreciate you guys. We love you. Thanks for coming
We love
in.
you.
We'll,
Yeah,
we'll do a
love you
whole
guys.
hour next week at 8:00. And Junior, I'm rooting for you, man. Even though you're not going to root for me, I'm rooting for you.
I might root for you.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
All right.
We'll root
Perfect.
for all of them.
Are Junior coming back next week?
I want to.
Come on back.
We'll,
All right.
We'll zip
Bring the
lock
mini
him
spark.
in a bag or something.
What kind of snacks should I bring next week for you, Junior?
What kind of snacks do you like?
What should I bring you? What do you want? Chips, donuts, cookies? What do you want? You want ice cream?
Oh, he wants Oreos.
Oh, you like Oreos?
Loves Oreos.
Have you ever had deep fried Oreos, dude?
Yes.
Yeah,
They're the best.
they are the best. All right. All right. Well, if you have your dad bring you guys over to my house one day, I'll make you some deep fried Oreos.
Oh,
Thank
do you make them at your
You
house?
make them?
Yes.
Oh, we'll be there.
Oh,
They are so easy to make,
Look,
dude.
thought you just got
you
them at
don't
the
get this
fair.
body by not liking deep fried
Deep fried Oreos are the best, dude.
or Twinkies or.
Yeah. I've never deep fried a Twinkie. But
That
we've
sounds so
deep
good.
fried Oreos, we've deep fried Snickers, we've deep fried Twix, we've deep fried.
I like Snickers. I usually eat them upside down though, for the vein.
I for the first time I'm ignoring that, by the way. I made homemade funnel cake a couple weeks ago for the first time. So
How did it turn out?
it was okay.
It was okay.
It was okay. It didn't stay together like funnel cake, so it really became like little tiny pieces of funnel cake. But it still worked the same way. You still put strawberries on them or whatever you wanted to have on them.
Funnel confetti.
Yeah, funnel confetti.
funnel
That's a
confetti.
great name for it. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, it is.
You're welcome.
All right. We're gonna take a break.
High five.
I love
All
you
right.
guys. We'll have you guys here for an hour next week, 8 o'clock. Daria Ilgen is going to be on at 7 o'clock. I'm so excited about that interview because I'm ready for Daria to dethrone Tara in the North End. I won't make you guys talk politics because I know that the Derby
I don't know anything about politics either. I don't
the
follow any
Derby
of that.
is
Me neither.
the Derby is a politics-free zone.
So, guys, then if you don't follow politics, I will say, please go out and vote.
We vote.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you vote.
Just
I
don't
just vote by
for
what name I know.
yeah. Don't vote for a libertarian though because it's a wasted vote.
Hey, you watch your mouth.
All right, guys.
All right.
Junior, you get the final word. What do you want to say, buddy? Anything you want to say? You want to call somebody out, give somebody props, say something nice, say something
Happy
mean?
birthday, Able Todd.
Happy birthday, Abel Todd. All right. All right, guys, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get into some other topics, including Tom wants to talk about whose husband's cross-dressing. So we'll talk about all that. Stick around. It's Outlaw Radio Network. OutlawRadioNetwork.com.
I want to know who the cross-dresser is.
We'll talk about it next. Stick around, Outlaw Radio.
Admin a la carte are specialized local experts committed to helping you run your small business. From general admin and sales support to marketing, digital media and technology to real estate and compliance. Admin a la carte's only goal is to take your business to the next level. Find out how Admin a la carte can elevate your business. Visit admin-alacarte.com for more information. That's admin-alacarte.com. Admin a la carte. Your business doesn't fit into a box. Why should you have to?
Are you ready to elevate your spirits? Look no further than Black Rain Spirits, your local craft distillery nestled in Town Square Mall. Indulge in the smooth richness of our handcrafted spirits, meticulously distilled to perfection. Whether you prefer the bold kick of our bourbon or the subtle sophistication of our gin, Black Rain Spirits has something for every palate. Visit us today at Town Square Mall and experience the essence of true craftsmanship. Black Rain Spirits, where passion meets perfection, unconventionally traditional. On a recent episode of the Outlaw Radio Network,
some of our listeners even appreciated you dumbing it down for them. So, on behalf
Sometimes
of
I have to
thank you.
mansplain for people like. By the way, mansplaining is when men explain things to a woman in a condescending tone. I just mansplaining.
at the Outlaw Radio Network Sunday nights at their new time from 6 to 10.
The older people, I know you're getting a little edgy right now, but you better get into me because I don't want to bum you out, but I'm the future of America.
This is the Outlaw Radio Network.
Good evening, my fellow citizens.
It's kind of stony, huh?
It's a real thing. A radio signal from another world.
The United States government presents
The Outlaw Radio Network. Outlaw Radio Network.
To provide guidance to mankind.
right, Outlaw Radio, one more hour to go. Unless Tom and I go late. Like, that's the best part about this, right? Is there's no Paul, there's no Beeler. There's nobody to tell me, nah, you gotta bring it over here, I think. There's nobody to tell us we can't go late. We can go as late as we want. It's Tom's Distillery, and it's my show. So we can do whatever we want. We can do whatever we want tonight, and we're going to. So we'll make the mics hot in a second. Tom is fixing a camera so it can be on me. That's perfect right there, buddy. Nicely done. All right, Outlaw Radio. We're also going to... Can we get here early next week, Tom? Is that okay? Oh, that's perfect. The mics are perfect, dude. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, I'm here.
All right.
And yeah, we can meet early.
Yeah, let's meet early so we can figure out some of this technical stuff.
Do you know how many
that we're
times
dealing
we've
with.
talked about meeting early and no one ever shows up early?
No, I'm off all next weekend from the escape room because it's my birthday weekend. Did I tell you guys it's my birthday next weekend? I want to invite all the listeners out to the big birthday party. We're all going to meet at South Pacific on down on whatever street. What is that street? Is that
the Washington?
Is that considered Washington?
I don't know. It runs into Washington.
All right. Well, I'm gonna double check it right now. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna get together. We're gonna have some karaoke. We're gonna sing. We're gonna have fun. Kevin's probably gonna drink too much. It's what happens every year. I drink once, maybe twice a year. But the birthday is always one of them. Yeah, it's on First Street. So that's considered First Street.
Okay.
So it's right across the street from the ferry terminal in Bremerton. Come on down. We'll sing some karaoke. We will sing karaoke. Yeah, we'll do karaoke. I'll drink a lot. We'll eat some food. We'll have a good time. It'll be a lot of fun. It really is the one time a year that I get together all the peeps from the different areas of my life together, where my friends from church come out and my old karaoke crew comes out. The radio show peeps come out, and hopefully No Spark will come out. It'll be a lot of fun. So if you're a listener in the area, come on out and say hi. Phil says, no Paul, that's a feature. Yeah, no Paul tonight, Phil. Good to see you, buddy. Dennis said, Josh Jones, rough night last night. Dennis, you missed it earlier, but Josh said he had a really good night last night. Kevin asked if we're going till 2 a.m. I don't know. You know what?
Probably not.
Well, I don't know.
I do have to work tomorrow.
Well, you may not be there till 2 a.m. Will the party go till 2 a.m.? I don't know.
Oh, I thought he was talking about tonight.
Oh, tonight? God, no. We could.
I got to work tomorrow, dude.
Yeah, I don't have to. I have the whole week off from work.
I don't have that luxury.
Here's how much my work hates me. I just got promoted 2 weeks ago to a new position at work. But at the beginning of the year, I had taken this week off as what we call pre-approved leave. Like at the beginning of the calendar year, you put in what time you want off, and I put this week off. So they had to give it to me.
Okay.
So I get promoted. I kind of get trained. I don't have access to all my systems, so I can't really do the whole job.
Right.
And then just as I'm starting to figure out some of what I'm supposed to do, I have a week off. And then I'm going to come back and I'm not going to remember a damn thing I'm supposed to do when I get back.
Yeah, and I do remember last week you were talking about how you got this promotion.
Yeah.
And you get the pay raise and all the spiffs that go with it.
Yeah.
But you don't have the demands of the job yet.
Yeah, because I don't have full system access yet.
Yeah.
I didn't on Friday when I left. And then when I come back, I work Monday and then I have Tuesday off because I had already scheduled medical appointments before I got the promotion. I have my annual follow-up checkup stuff. So I'm going to come back for a day and then have another day off. It's great.
You poor bastard.
It's a hard knock life. And then I have a whole nother week off in August. In October. Not August, October. But I'm going to Vegas.
So this, I think this late September.
Alex said Kevin for the dub, by the way. Yeah, because I'm going to win in September at the Derby. I'm going to win. I'll be the two-time reigning and defending champion of the Outlaw Invitational.
So only one person's done that so far.
Debbie's the only one that's
DT.
repeated. Yeah.
Yeah, she's the only one that's had back-to-back.
Yeah. In Jesse Young's defense, he didn't race the next year.
Right.
You've only won once in a row.
Yeah.
You know who's never won?
Paul. Yeah.
Yeah. Or Beeler. But Beeler gets a little bit of a break because
Beeler's only had one race.
She's only had one race, so she doesn't get lumped into that, right?
No, I mean you have to get a feel for it.
It takes a little bit of time, and there's some luck involved too, right? Like
sure.
The first year that I raced, I got hit by a Trojo.
That was before my time.
That was before you. I got hit by a Trojo at the corner and it broke the car. Like it's nothing I could have helped or hindered, right? It was just how it was, right?
Yeah.
The second year was the year that my car died and we couldn't get it to start.
Right.
Again, that's not a me thing, right?
Yeah. And that year that your car died was the first year I raced.
Yeah.
And before we even took the green flag, Debbie put me into a tire.
Yep.
And I couldn't get the car started again.
Yeah.
So I know how it goes.
There's some luck.
Yeah.
But there's also some skill. And I played enough Need for Speed that I'm ready. I'm gonna win. I'm never gonna lose again now.
Okay.
I'm gonna win every year.
Okay, keep telling yourself
it's gonna stop being called the Outlaw Invitational, be called the K-Dog Invitational.
I mean, that is a true competitive spirit.
Yeah, I'm gonna win every year.
Because like every time I get on the fencing strip, it's like I don't get on it to lose.
Alex agrees.
I'm going to whoop your ass every time I compete against you.
Josh agrees. Like everybody's on Team K-Dog as they should be. I'm the winner.
Except for me, because I'm on Team Tom. I'm going to whip your candy ass.
Yeah, but you're not.
But I showed you how to do it the year before.
No.
I did. I showed you how to win.
I think I
did. I was out in front of you. You saw me. I won.
And the year before, I saw you almost win until you ran into a tire.
Yeah.
Hey, so check this out. I love this story. Okay.
What's that?
So, and again, there are stories that happen in the world that I don't understand how they're actually stories.
Okay.
But they're stories, and this is it. Like, if I was going to write out a dysfunctional story to play out in the media, I would not have come up with this.
Okay.
So let me read this to you.
Okay.
Ex-Department of Homeland Security boss Kristi Noem is divorcing her husband, Brian.
Okay.
After cross-dressing bombshell.
Okay, so it was Kristi Noem.
It was Kristi Noem. I was right about that. Arnold said that her daughter confided her...
Hold on. I need a little more background. When did this little nugget surface?
Well, I think it's been talked about in some like tabloid stuff for a while, but it hadn't really been confirmed publicly until Noem came out and admitted it.
Okay, well, you know what the Men in Black say about the tabloids.
Well, usually they're right, but nobody wants to admit it. It goes hand in hand with the fact that Noem was also accused of having a long-time affair with Corey Lewandowski, who was Trump campaign manager.
Well, I wonder why her husband raises questions.
Yeah. I'm not going to show the photo, but Tom, there's a photo of him wearing balloon boobs that have surfaced on the internet.
Oh boy.
But I bring this up to say, remember when she stepped down?
Right.
We talked on this show. The story sounds like it's on TMZ. It's on the New York Post. It's on TMZ. It's on a whole bunch of, it's on CNN. It's on Fox. It's everywhere. Right.
Okay.
So we had a conversation. Well, why did she step down? That doesn't really make a lot of sense, right? Like Homeland Security did have some issues with the whole ICE thing and public perception, but but Trump wasn't really railing on Noem publicly. So why did she step down? I think now we know. I think she stepped down so she wasn't a distraction to the administration.
Maybe. I mean, when she stepped down, I mean, I thought it was because there was some pressure from behind the scenes, kind of like what Biden had to step down out of the election.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he stepped down not because he wanted to, but because he was pressured to. So I thought the same thing had happened with Noem, that she had been pressured out of her spot just for something.
Yeah. It's possible she had been, right? Like it's possible this has nothing to do with her cross-dressing husband.
Right. I mean, enough time has elapsed between then and now.
Well, but no, this broke months ago, though. This whole thing with her supposed affair with Lewandowski and her husband being a cross-dresser, those things all broke months ago. And so I wonder if she just ducked out when she ducked out because she knew this was coming. The divorce filings were going to come. And she just didn't want to be a distraction to the administration. But I think it's great. Anytime things crash anytime these holier than thou politicians crash and burn on a national level, give me some popcorn. I love it, man. I think it's great.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I don't think Kristi Noem was like a holier than thou type.
She had a little bit of it, though.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, she had a little bit of it.
Okay, I didn't follow her that close. I don't think she was a particularly, effective Homeland Security, figurehead, but I didn't get the holier than thou approach. Or a take. I just got the that this is one of Trump's chosen children, and we're going to stick you in this spot because you're one of Trump's chosen children.
Yeah, she seemed to me like she got a little MAGA towards the end of her time, like not card carrying Republican, but card carrying Trump supporter kind of ish about her.
Okay.
I don't ever listen. True story. I don't ever root for marriages to end. No. I don't ever root for people to have public failings and falling out publicly. I don't.
Right.
Unless you're one of these really holier than thou people that talk down to other people and make other people feel bad and reflect badly on other people, and you act like a douche canoe. When that happens and then you trip over yourself publicly, then I love it.
Yeah, that's just karma, right?
Yeah, that's karma.
I'm a fan of karmic justice.
No, I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely love it when it happens. I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican. If you come out like a douche canoe and then you fail, more power to you.
Yep.
I want to watch it. I want to see it happen.
Yeah.
I want the popcorn. I want the tickets. I want the tea. I want to watch it all go down. I want to sit on my chair in my living room, in my boxers, eating Cheetos with the cheesy hands, and watch it go down.
I thought you wanted popcorn.
Popcorn, Cheetos, two bowls, man.
No.
Each hand,
Okay.
Cheetos in one hand, popcorn in the other.
Okay. All right.
And my sugar-free cherry cola.
Yeah. Do you like Milk Duds in your popcorn?
No. Popcorn is butter and salt, man.
Oh, I love Milk Duds.
And maybe some of that
Brewer's yeast.
No, what's the
like a little cheddar cheese salt?
Not the cheddar. There's a different one that I like, and I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, you know who has a bunch of that really good flavoring? I just found out not long ago.
Who's that?
Tracy Movie House.
Oh, Tracy Movie House.
Yeah,
does.
they have a great selection of toppings for you.
Here's the deal. Listen, I love Tracy Movie House. I firmly recommend them. They're not a sponsor, so we don't promote them very much. But I will tell you this: if you go to the Tracy Movie House and all you get is a popcorn, you're an idiot.
I agree.
You have to get the wings.
The wings are okay.
No, the garbage wings are amazing, dude. I don't know what's wrong with you. You had too much to drink already tonight.
No, I had the garbage wings last time I went to comedy night. At Trayston.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good, but I think the wings I make are better.
Do you ever go there on a Saturday?
I've been there on a Saturday.
If you ever go there on a Saturday, will you please get me an order of garbage wings and tell me and bring it here to me in a Ziploc bag, and I'll give you money for them.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Because I'm not ever off with enough time to go by there and pick some up.
I could just smoke some wings on my smoker and bring them in for a show Sunday.
You could. I wouldn't complain about that either.
Okay,
but you never bring food to the show. Lori brings food to the show.
I don't have.
I bring food to the show.
I don't have a lot of time.
You don't bring food to the show.
I bring liquor.
And Paul doesn't bring food to the show because he's a lousy cook.
I bring liquor to the show.
Yeah, but I don't drink liquor during the show.
Why not?
Because by the beginning of the second hour, I would be toasted to the wind, vomiting, saying obscenities, which I've tried not to do on the show.
Guess what I'm getting ready to start?
What's that?
My
tequila inspired?
My tequila inspired liquor.
Do you know what I've fallen in love with lately? By the way, we're not talking politics right now. If you don't like it, suck it. You know what I've really gotten into lately?
What's that?
Rum.
Oh, okay.
I've really gotten into rum
Kevin,
and fruity rum drinks.
Kevin, I make a wicked rum.
I would love to try. What is it? What's your rum? What's it called?
Well, here's the problem.
You can't call it rum because it's not.
No, I mean what I make here, my rum substitute that I make at Black Ring is not my rum.
But what is it? What is that called?
Candy apple red.
Candy apple red. That's what. Okay, I knew it was something I'd heard of before. I just didn't know what it was.
And so that one, I'm substituting a bunch of the stuff that I need to call it rum with Honeycrisp apple.
Okay, Washington grown Honeycrisp apple.
Yeah.
What percentage of your materials have to come from Washington State?
51.
51.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk for a second. I'm gonna grab a soda.
Sure. But anyways, I mean, you're listening while you grab a soda. So back in my moonshining days, I had gone and made a batch of this really.
Is moonshining legal?
Sort of.
Can you make bathtub gin? Is that legal?
As of, I want to say it's like the past probably 4 or 5 months now.
Okay.
the Supreme Court of the United States, not Washington, the Supreme Court of the United States just deemed that the prohibition of home distillation is unconstitutional. So home distillation just recently joined home beer and wine making, because if you're making beer or wine at home for your own consumption, that's fine. It's legal. It's tax free.
Can you grow weed at home for your own consumption?
Not in Washington above board, but no one cares.
Okay. They're not enforcing it?
No.
Okay.
No, because I've grown plants at home. I'm not a very good weed farmer, but I'm a pretty damn good distiller.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, years ago, before I was a legal distiller, I had made a big batch of my tropical rum, and I gave a bottle of it to my buddy. Well, this buddy of mine has done really well for himself. He lives on beachfront property in West Seattle.
Oceanfront property in Arizona. Sorry.
Yeah, something like that. So one of his neighbors, who had also done very well for themselves, went on a Caribbean cruise, like some 21-day cruise or whatever, and they hit all the stops in the Caribbean. And on their travels, they went through and they collected all these different tropical rums from all over the Caribbean. And when they got home, they invited all their friends over for a rum tasting. Well, that included my buddy. And so my buddy asked, he was like, "Hey, well, can I bring a bottle of rum for the tasting?" And these folks are like, "Well, yeah, it's a little weird, but sure, yeah, you can bring a bottle of rum." So he took a bottle of rum I made. So my rum's being compared against all these great Caribbean.
Your real rum, not your candy apple red.
My real rum.
Okay.
Yeah, that I can't sell out of the distillery. So this is like my moonshine rum.
It's so dumb you can't.
Oh, I make a killer rum because my rum was everyone's favorite at that rum tasting.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. You're a skilled craftsman.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're a skilled craftsman.
Thank you.
If I had a little more of a refined palate for alcohol, I would drink more of your alcohol.
Then
the problem is for me, I'm a cheap ass.
I would invite you to one of my blind whiskey tastings.
Okay. I'll come down to a brown whiskey tasting. You let me know when.
So
I'm done with my college stuff at the end of August, and then I can really have a life.
Okay. So the next one is July 22nd at 7:00 at Brother Don's in Bremerton.
The 22nd of
July.
It's on a Wednesday?
Yep. Whiskey Wednesday.
Yeah. I'm
Wednesday night.
to do it on a weeknight.
Dude,
I got to work the next day. I'm a cheap drunk.
You're tasting barely a shot. It's 2 ounces at the end of the tasting.
All right. So really quickly, let's talk some politics. So we'll come back and talk alcohol later. How late do you want to go tonight? 2, 3, 4? What do you want to do?
I mean, I have to be at work tomorrow morning. I mean, let me have 4 hours of sleep.
What time do you got to get up?
8.
So we can go till 4 a.m.
Sure.
Perfect. All right.
Let's go.
Perfect.
Let's go.
That's not going to happen, by the way.
I know.
I got some Xbox to go play. I finished my homework for the week. I'm ready. All right. So I want to get into Iran because we talk about this every week, and every week I say the exact same thing, which is this isn't done, and it's never going to be done until we finish it. And I don't really want to, do you know what I mean? Like, Tom, I don't want to finish it. I don't want to put boots on the ground. I don't want to escalate this into a war, but I feel like now we've gotten to a point where that's our only option.
So here's my take on this thing.
Yes.
If we had anyone other than Trump in office, when someone said it's done, it would be done.
Think so?
But Trump's a different creature. He's got it. I mean, Trump has an ego, right? And so every time something changes in the relationship between the United States and Iran, Trump's feelings change. So our direction changes.
Well, the media has reported that this really isn't Trump's doing, that Iran has taken pop shots at cruisers and tankers in the Strait,
Right.
And that Iran is the one pushing it. I don't know if that's true or not, right? Like,
we don't know.
Yeah, let's not believe that yellow journalism is dead and gone. The idea that the media is going to wag the tail on the dog is 100% true. So we really don't know.
No, I agreed.
I don't think there's any way that the United States can reach a peace agreement with Iran, because Iran doesn't think they have to listen to us.
Agreed.
So let me read you the latest. So on Sunday night, the U.S. conducted another round of strikes against Iran. This followed what happened on Saturday night, and that happened because Iran took shots at a Cyprus flag container ship in the Strait of Hormuz. Today, Iran announced that the strait is now closed, implying that if you try to sail through the strait, they're going to open fire again. Iranian delegation went to Oman earlier yesterday.
So prices are going back up.
Prices will go back up.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had something in my throat. Anyway, the Iranian delegation went to Oman on Saturday to try to negotiate again. I don't even know why anybody's negotiating. Clearly, no matter who you think is right or wrong in this, somebody's not following the negotiations. Because the negotiation they reached a couple of weeks ago was, we're going to open the Strait of Hormuz.
Right.
We're going to stop taking pop shots at each other, and we're going to open a negotiation window so we can continue haggling over the uranium deal and all of that stuff.
Right.
Then Iran came out right afterwards and said, oh, by the way, we're going to start charging tolls for people to come through the strait.
Yes.
Bitch, please. If you try to charge tolls to go through the strait, if I'm president, this is just me.
Right.
I wouldn't honor anything. Okay, if you're going to charge tolls, then we're not going to honor anything. If you're going to make people, because you weren't making people pay to go through there before, why are you going to make people pay to go through there now? We've already agreed to unfreeze all of your assets. And by the way, did the assets get unfroze? Because if the assets got unfroze and Iran went right back to shelling ships, then this whole thing's a moot point. You gave them some of what they wanted and they can't play nice. You're going to have to destroy them, which, by the way, Trump on Friday said that he had, quote, thousands of missiles locked and loaded and aimed at the Islamic Republic of Iran, and that he would use those if Iran made any type of assassination attempt.
I did see that. Yeah.
Now, where did the assassination come out? Well, according to a revenge list that appeared in a newspaper after the new supreme leader vowed to avenge his father's death, they listed 13 leaders that are on Iran's revenge list.
And of course, Trump's on there.
Netanyahu's on there.
Right.
The prime minister of Italy, the prime minister of the UK, Macron, the president of France,
Germany,
Merz, the chancellor of Germany, a whole bunch of Israeli cabinet members. Rubio's on there, Hegseth's on there, Mike Huckabee's on there. So if the goal is to have, you tell me if you agree.
Okay.
If the goal is to have peace in that part of the world,
right,
and to have free flow of trade,
yes,
and to not have people taking pop shots at Cyprus freighters. This isn't even a U.S. or an Israeli freighter. This is a Cyprus flagged freighter. Now,
right,
you don't know where what they're carrying or where they came out of. We just know that the flag is Cyprus. It could be oil for Israel. We don't know.
It was oil of some sort, be it petroleum.
Well, it was a container ship, so it could be goods
olive
or whatever.
oil.
Right. It could be a
it
number.
was out of Cyprus.
Yeah, out of Cyprus. It could be sex dolls. Who knows? But it was it was a Cyprus flagged ship. If the goal is for trade to flow freely, and Iran has made it clear, we're not going to let that happen anyway. Don't we have to decimate them and force regime change at this point? Like, is there any other way around this? Because I don't think there is.
When all of this first kicked off, my response was, we don't belong in that region, right? But we're in that region. We're there. We can't change that now. So because we're there, we have to do it right. And doing it right is crush the regime, right? Not necessarily try to change the regime. not in my opinion anyways, right? I mean, the people of that country are going to choose what they choose because that's what they choose. But if we're going to go in and fight in a conflict, we have to fight to win. We can't just go in and blow some shit up and then step back and say, okay, let's talk now. No, if you're in a fight, you fight to win, which means we go in and decimate whatever it is we're fighting against. And then after there's been a reasonable ass whipping, not blow up a couple of things, but a reasonable ass whipping, then you step back and say, okay, are you done? But that's not how we fight anymore. We haven't fought like that since World War II. I mean, Vietnam, or before Vietnam, Korea. So Korea, Vietnam, Afghanistan, Iraq, on and on and on.
Yeah. Phil said Trump seems very restrained, possibly his ego that he can make a deal with anyone compared to recent presidents. I think Phil's got a point. I think Trump thinks he can negotiate everything.
Maybe.
But I think the one thing we're forgetting about is November. The midterm elections are huge, and a war with Iran is not popular with the American public, and Trump doesn't want to harpoon the Republican cause for what's going to come in November. And if the war continues and gas prices stay up and inflation is still high, it's going to make it much harder for Republicans to maintain seats, let alone win new seats in November. So I think Phil's right in the sense that Trump thinks he can negotiate with anybody, but I also think the midterm elections loom large, and Trump really wants to get the gas prices down and curb inflation and the cost of living increases we've seen.
I mean, I agree with both points. The problem is I don't think Trump really understands the culture of the Middle East. So he may think he can, negotiate with anybody, but I think he's detached enough from the culture of that region that he doesn't quite understand how negotiation works there.
I would agree.
Yeah. So, it's not like negotiating with someone from Western Europe or Canada or, one of our regular trade partners. It's a different part of the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's different everything.
It's not a question of if he can, though. It's a question of if he thinks he can. You know what I mean?
Wait, I know he thinks he can. I mean, otherwise he wouldn't be trying.
Yeah.
He's already trying.
I think the Iran situation will get much worse.
Well, it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, but I think there's no coming back from this, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't think that the U.S. and Iran comes to some kind of diplomatic deal that ends this once and for all. No. That ends the shelling, that ends the firing at ships, that opens up the Strait of Hormuz, that removes all the.
No, I mean this goes. I mean, with the way the United States has behaved in the Middle East thus far, it goes one of two ways. It's going to be another 20 years like we had with Iraq and Afghanistan, or we're actually going to fight like we fought in World War II, and we're going to curb stomp the shit out of Iran.
We'll never fight like we fought in World War II again.
I agree. But that's the only thing that's going to fix it is you go in and curb stomp them. And yeah, but that's not going to happen. The American public doesn't want to see that. We shouldn't have gone into Iran in the first place.
Yeah, but now we've kind of
we're there.
Yeah, we painted ourselves into a corner now.
Yeah, I mean, we have to fight like we mean it, or we have to accept the fact that we're going to be there for 20 years.
Margie with two questions. One's a really good question. The other one I think is questionable. Here's her questionable question. Why do we have Middle Eastern Muslim Islam people in America? Because we are a nation of immigrants that welcome people from other countries traditionally. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuge of your teeming shores. Send these, the homeless peasants tossed to thee. I lift my lamp beside the golden door, which is on the side of the Statue of Liberty, by the way. I remember that from a choir concert in 7th grade.
Wow. Impressive.
So I don't have an issue with Muslim Islam people in America. I really don't.
No.
I think there's some really good people. And what we've seen from Iran and other Middle Eastern countries, a lot of really good people want the F out of there.
Yes.
So I don't know what the point of that question is. Her good question is, what is what's Iran leaders think bombing shipping will bring? What are they hoping to accomplish? They think Trump is weak. They think if they continue to disrupt, and Tom, I'll see what you think.
Okay.
They think if they continue to disrupt flow, if they continue to disrupt trade in oil, that the U.S. and Europe and Israel will eventually come back with a sweeter deal for them, which either means releasing more assets, favorable trade status, letting them have uranium, whatever. They feel like if they continue to F with us and F with trade and F with the economy and F with gas prices, that it will put the Trump administration into a corner because Iran reads the papers. A war with Iran is not popular in this country, and they think that they've got Trump over a barrel. That's what I think, Tom. What do you think?
I think you're right. And I think our administration will play to the sympathies of the American public, which is, I mean, the conflict in Iran is not popular. So they're going to try to minimize it when really what they need to do is just stomp on the gas, get it done and over with. It's like ripping a Band-Aid off. Right.
Yeah.
Just be done with it. Carpet bomb Carg Island, destroy it completely.
Yeah.
To the ground. And then,
sue for peace.
I don't even know if it's necessarily sue for peace. I think it's, ask Iran, okay, what's next?
Yeah. I think you're going to have to enforce regime change.
That never works.
I agree.
It has never worked.
But I think if you take out Carg Island,
then
Iran is going to dig in even more because they don't want to look like they lost.
Okay, then you carpet bomb Tehran.
Yeah. A lot of civilians. A lot of civilians.
Right. I mean,
that's what I hate. It's a lot of civilians.
Well, you've got to do it in accordance with the Geneva Convention. So
you can't carpet bomb.
Right.
You can carpet bomb Carg Island because it's a military target.
Right. And you can carpet bomb military targets in Tehran.
Yeah, unless you have a bomb that goes wrong and hits an orphanage.
Right. and that's the cost of war.
Yeah.
And shit happens.
Rick said the situation in Iran is very different from either Iraq or Afghanistan, almost uncomparable. I agree completely. Iran is
to the extent that I'm only kind of
okay. Explain.
Right. I mean, because the culture of the Middle East is the culture of the Middle East, and we as Westerners don't get it. We're never gonna get it, and we shouldn't be meddling in the Middle East.
Yeah, I think the difference is that Iraq and Afghanistan, okay, I even have to separate them. Afghanistan was a justified war for me. Okay. Afghanistan made sense. They harbored the terrorists behind 9/11. They sheltered the terrorists behind 9/11. They funded, they provided support. I think Afghanistan got what they got. Now, again, this is not whether or not we fought it right, but for us to get involved with Afghanistan, that makes sense to me. Maybe not to a lot of other people, but that's fine. Okay. Iraq was horse crap. Iraq was, we're going to use 9/11 as justification, just like we use weapons of mass destruction for justification.
Right.
But in reality, George Bush was pissed off. They put a bounty on his dad.
Okay.
And so Iraq was, and by the way, we screwed the pooch in Iraq because Saddam Hussein was a horrible human being, but you know what he didn't have in his country? He didn't have ISIS. He didn't have terrorists because he had such a tight hold on that country. None of that could exist. And he kept Iran busy. So we screwed the pooch in Iraq. Iran's a whole different kettle of fish. We wouldn't be involved in Iran at all if it wasn't for Israel.
That's fair. Yeah.
Because before, Iran was not charging for shipping. They were not launching missiles at boats.
No,
everything in the Strait of Hormuz was moving as it always had moved. Yep. Everything was fine.
Yep, Iran was fine until Operation Roaring Lion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they do back the Houthi rebels, and the Houthis have taken pop shots at ships, and so there's a little bit of a bleed over there, right?
Yeah.
Like the Houthi now, but again, I think the U.S. should just deal with the Houthis.
Yeah.
I think we should have gone into Yemen and dealt with the Houthis.
Just stomp them.
Just curb stomp them. And then if Iran, because again, they're rebels that are taking pop shots at ships. They're not a nation. They're not a country. They're just a band of terrorists that have really good weapons. So wipe them out. Call Yemen and say, hey, Yemen, do you mind if we deal with this? And Yemen's going to say, please do, because they're effing with us too.
Right.
And then you go into Yemen, you wipe out the Houthi rebels and you call it good.
Yep.
And then you let Iran wring their hands and be upset. But Iran's not going to do anything because they're not stupid.
And they had what's the term I'm thinking of? Oh, it's not coming to me now. Damn it.
The term.
A plausible deniability.
Yeah.
So I mean, Iran said, "Hey, I mean, it was them, not us. I mean, we didn't ship them all those weapons."
Yeah. Margie said, "So Iran centrifuges are on hold. Who knows? Like from day to day, I don't know. You know, so in the original agreement that the Trump administration had, which has now been bulldozed because of what's happened the last 48 hours, even then the centrifuges weren't on hold. They had entered into a 60-day negotiating window to discuss the nuclear program. They had not even made a decision on the nuclear program. That was up for negotiation.
Right.
So I don't know if anybody knows or has any faith that anybody's being honest about the status of Iran's nuclear program. Well, and even if you knew what the status was on Friday, you don't know what it is today because Iran has essentially said whatever we agreed to before is poppycock now. And we'll do what we want to. And I said the word cock, poppycock. And so I don't think nobody knows.
But hasn't that always kind of been the case when dealing with some factions in the Middle East?
Yes, it's always been, especially with Iran. It's always been. You never know what Iran's nuclear program was.
Exactly.
But the problem is Iran is the one regime in the Middle East that I think if they got a nuke, they'd use a nuke.
Probably.
I think they would fit a backpack in a heartbeat. If they had a second, they'd send somebody into Jerusalem or Tel Aviv and boom. And they wouldn't care.
I mean, this sounds horrible, right? But they hadn't done it.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't have anything to be accountable for.
Yep.
Right. If they had done it, nobody in the world would have a problem with holding Iran accountable for nuking Israel.
I think a lot of people wouldn't have an issue holding. I think Russia would stand clear. I think China would stand clear.
Exactly.
I don't think they would take a stand either way.
Right. They'd stay neutral. They'd stay out of it. Right. So if Iran had a nuke and they dropped it in Tel Aviv or whatever, of course, Israel would retaliate, and the United States would back Israel and retaliate.
Mm-hmm.
And
I don't think the U.S. would have to retaliate.
Oh,
Israel has approximately 90 nuclear warheads.
Right.
I think if a nuke went off in Israel, and Israel could verify that it was in relation to Iran, which is going to be hard in itself, right? Like, it's going to take some time to verify that whatever went off there had to do with Iran. It wasn't a terrorist group, wasn't ISIS, wasn't somebody not aligned with Iran. But I think if Israel verified that, they would launch a couple nukes themselves.
Sure.
Like, I think Tehran would cease to exist.
Agreed.
So I don't think the U.S. would have to get involved at all. I think Israel would deal with it.
I think the U.S. would have ended up becoming more of a peace broker than an aggressor.
Yeah. My fear is that's what happens next. That a nuke? Yeah. Is that Iran does something. A dirty bomb. Iran does something. Probably in Tel Aviv.
The trouble is, I think Iran has been hobbled enough with strikes from the U.S. and from Israel. I don't think they've got any functionality to that particular program anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, before all this stuff blew up, we went into Iran and hit them with a couple of bunker busters and blew up a significant portion of their nuclear program.
Well, they have another issue too that hasn't been talked about a lot in the mainstream. Rick gets in chat and is making a lot of comments. He might actually know a lot about this subject.
Yeah, I can't read any of it because my glasses broke. So
whatever.
You're gonna have to keep me.
So Iran has this beautiful city on a port down on the strait, near the strait. And what they've decided to do is they have this beautiful area, and they decided they're going to start charging for parking. I'm sorry, I had to poke fun at Rick. Sorry, Rick. No, listen. Iran is not a well country. Their economy is imbalanced at best.
Yes.
They have a lot of homegrown dissidents.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they're in as strong of a position as they think they are.
No.
But I really do believe something really bad is going to come out of this. A nuke, a dirty bomb, something significant. It would not be, they're not going to invade Israel. There's too much space between Iran and Israel to do it.
Yep.
And they don't have the strength militarily. They don't have a navy that's strong enough. They can't surprise anybody at this point.
Well, a lot of their limited navy is now at the bottom straight.
Yeah. I think I'm to the point where I'm going to have to start believing in boots on the ground. And I really didn't want to have boots on the ground because I don't want to bring home any more U.S. service members in body bags.
Nope.
But I think this thing with Iran does not end until there's boots on the ground.
If we put boots on the ground before we do that, the first thing we have to do is go in and do a proper air campaign. Which we
got to soften.
Which we haven't done since World War II.
Yeah.
We haven't executed a proper air campaign in decades.
Yeah. No, we had a really good air campaign at Persian Gulf. I mean, again, consider the size and scope required. I mean, Iraq was not, I think they were the 6th or 7th largest military in the world at the time, but they didn't have the technology to go up against the United States.
No.
But we whooped their backsides with air support before we ever sent troops in from Kuwait.
Yeah.
Rick said Iran can't deploy that much of their military abroad or they risk a real uprising. That's true too. Like, he's absolutely right. Iran can't move their military
to
an offensive capacity because then they'd have to deal with more uprising.
Yeah, I mean, they have to have the IRGC. I mean, that has to be in the country in order to keep their grip on the throat of the people.
Yeah. Robert McGee said, plain devil's advocate, is it not strikingly hypocritical that as the only country has ever dropped nukes by Truman, who was told by his generals not to, and it was unnecessary, that we somehow hold moral high ground on restraint? Philip Robert's got a great point. I mean, it is very hypocritical. Like, by the way, we can use it, but you can't. I would agree.
I don't disagree with him. Like I said, we shouldn't have gone into Iran in the first place. But the only way out now is through.
And Robert, here's the deal. Let's say you cheat on your wife, and she agrees to take you back.
Christy will whoop his ass.
It doesn't mean that you can then you still shouldn't suddenly expect her not to cheat on you, right? It doesn't mean she gets a hall pass. And the U.S. has an obligation as one of the major powers of the world to keep nukes out of the hands of nations that are going to use it whimsically. Like, I understand. First of all, I don't agree that using the nuke in World War II was inappropriate. I think the option was you were going to kill a whole bunch of people in Japan either way. The question was, are you going to kill a whole bunch of your own soldiers in the process as well? And I think Japan holds a lot of culpability. Japan should have surrendered after the first one and didn't. I think what happened in Nagasaki is completely on Japanese hands because they knew, holy crap, what did the U.S. do to us? They had 3 days to surrender and still refused to. And they weren't going to surrender otherwise. Like I disagree with the premise that the nuke wasn't necessary, because otherwise you were going to lose hundreds of thousands of U.S. troops going into Japan. I don't see any other way.
So I think comparing the use of nukes during World War II to right now is I mean, it's different. I mean, World War II was way more complex than what's going on with Iran right now.
Agreed.
But I mean, what's going on with Iran right now? We started that mess
with Iran.
Yeah. We started that mess.
If you go back to the 50s and the Shah and
but I mean, even right now, this most recent round of conflict, Iran didn't do anything. We didn't have anything to hold them accountable for.
Again, that's debatable, right? The Houthis are shooting off at and they're funded and supported by Iran.
Right. You've got your proxies.
What Hamas did to Israel, I mean, I can make a really strong argument for involvement now again, I still think we should have let Israel handle it. They're certainly more than capable, but I could see arguments being made for that. Robert said, killing military soldiers is not the same as innocent civilians. The problem, Robert, is the only way you were going to end World War II was to send either a nuke or send ground forces into Japan. And what do you think was going to happen to the civilians in Japan if ground forces went in? I mean, they have limited space to go. They're an island freaking nation. You know what I mean? You were still going to bomb the hell out of their cities. And by the way, a lot of people don't understand this. More people died in Japan from the carpet bombing and the incendiary bombing than died from the nukes. I'm just glad I didn't have to make that decision. Rick says Iran has been threatening us for decades. I lost track of the number of times that my life was directly threatened by the Iranian Navy. Good point. Iran has been, but it all spawns back from the 50s. And by the way, if you really want to teach Iran a lesson, take over their port cities and start charging for parking. Sorry. It's an inside joke there. That'll teach them a lesson.
Damn.
Charge for parking. We used to be able to park there for free, but charge for parking. I understand what Robert's saying. And I'm never in favor of killing civilians. But your rule of warfare can only be as consistent as your enemy's rule of warfare.
Well, I disagree with that. I mean, if you're gonna fight, you fight to win.
Don't leave, Rick. I was just being funny.
Yeah. But there was no reason to get into a fight with Iran.
No, again, you and I agree on that.
Yeah.
But when I look at this now, when I look at where we are now, the position we put ourselves in, we have no other option now than to deal with it.
Yeah, you have to fight to win. We should not have started the fight we started, but now that we've started the fight, you've got to finish the fight.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Between now and November.
Yeah.
Do you think Trump escalates this? Or do you think this just continues to play out as a truce? No truce. Truce? No truce.
This is going to be the typical American involvement in the Middle East. You know, we're probably there until, was it 2026 right now? I don't think we're going to be home, like out of the Middle East in this mess until 2035.
Oh, you think we'll be out by then?
Maybe.
I don't think we'll ever be out of the Middle East mess. Ever. There's too much oil. There's too much money. There's too much trade.
Well, but technology's moving along and petroleum is becoming less desirable. So by 2035, I think petroleum is not nearly what it is now.
Yeah, I don't agree.
You don't think so?
No, because I think we see emerging economies in India, in
Yeah, but we have emerging technologies too.
Yeah, but-
Hydrogen's going to be the next big energy.
yeah, but not in those emerging economies, right?
No,
India,
but in the West,
Indonesia, in the West,
and that's where the trade is. I mean,
but there's still a ton of money in the Middle East. Is my
yeah,
point.
but I
though.
mean, I think the Middle East is going to fade into obscurity with petroleum.
Phil said we didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. Phil, I expect you to come sing that on Friday night at karaoke. That'd be great. Robert,
Billy Joel.
We've arguably been in the Middle East mess since the 50s. How's the track record so far meddling there?
Now,
we've been there since 48.
Actually, I disagree with that. We've been there since the Crusades.
Well, not the U.S.
Western culture.
Western, well, yeah, but not the U.S. We weren't even a country back then.
It doesn't matter. It's Western culture, and right now the United States is the poster child for Western culture.
Well, and remember, we did was it the late 1700s that we went into Tripoli, which is North Africa.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah.
So, Robert, you're absolutely right. Like, I'm not hook, line, and sinker signed up in this idea that we need to be meddling over there. But now we put ourselves into a corner where we started something, and now we've messed it up.
We messed it up a long time ago.
But I mean, we have a new level of mess up now. Like, now, not only are things messed up like they were before, but they're messed up worse in the fact that now Iran is taking pop shots at ships in the shipping areas. They're controlling world trade. They're increasing the cost of gas. They're influencing the world economy, the U.S. economy, European economy. They're still sending missiles at our allies in the region. Now we took the fuck uppery that we had before, and now we've made it even more fuck uppery because we started something we shouldn't have started in the first place, and we weren't prepared to finish. Trump completely crapped the bed, but what do you do with it now?
You finish it.
You're going to have to, because if you tuck your tail, like I love what Robert is saying, but if you tuck your tail and back out now, Iran is not going to reopen the strait. They're going to make more demands. They're going to make unreasonable demands. When they don't get the demands, they're going to continue to influence trade and shipping. They're going to continue to F with the global economy. And we've now let them buoy themselves into being more powerful than they really are. Like, I think at some point we're going to have to finish this because we started something we weren't ready to do.
So who finishes it?
Well, the U.S. needs to finish it.
Right. I mean, who in the U.S.? Because they ain't gonna be Trump.
No, I disagree. I think it could be Trump after November.
I don't think Trump has the capacity.
I think it could be Trump after November, after midterms, when there's no immediate political risk. Then I think Trump could do it. Could I see us stepping into this before Christmas? Yeah, certainly. Because the midterms are done and we have 2 years before a presidential election. And if the U.S. deals with Iran quickly, like we deal with Iraq, the American public has a short memory span. And by the time we get to the 28 election, they'll be focused on other stuff.
But the United States doesn't have a short memory with regard to Iraq. I mean, you see.
No. What I mean is with Iraq in the beginning, for first Persian Gulf War, we dealt with Iraq quickly and then got out. Second Persian Gulf War, we dealt with Iraq quickly and overthrew Saddam relatively quickly.
Right, but the American public still remembers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if Trump can get into Iran and get out quick, then it won't influence the 28 election cycle. It'll be quick, it'll be fast, it'll be surgical, it'll be a new regime that'll be pro-America.
That's never going to happen.
All right.
It's never going to happen.
Robert said you're not wrong. I'm just going to focus on that. He agreed with me. But once we somehow get this over, how do we restrain our government to stay the hell out of there? That's a great question, Robert. And that's the bigger issue, right? Which is we've never not meddled in places where there's a lot of money for us to make.
I have an answer to that.
Oh, what's that?
Vote out every single incumbent.
That's not going to make a difference.
Yes, it does.
No, because you still put in Republicans and Democrats, it would still tree hump the national agenda of the party. It doesn't matter what. This is why I hate this vote out the incumbents idea. It doesn't matter if you vote out the incumbents and put people in that are of the same parties because they all have the same platform.
But it sends a message with the removal of the incumbent from the American people saying, hey, this is the new expectation. And when the next election cycle comes, if it doesn't work, you vote the incumbent out again.
But I don't think it matters.
I don't think the American elector, I don't think the American voter at large is smart enough to do that.
If you're still a bi-party system in this country, I honestly don't believe that the party brass cares who is there as long as it's them there. So even if you vote out every incumbent, but you still have Republicans and Democrats going back into the office, the party still remains. I don't think it matters.
Oh,
I think what using your logic, you have to vote out the parties and you have to start voting in new parties. You have to vote libertarian. You have to vote green. You have to vote social workers. I'm not advocating for that, but I'm saying you'd have to bring new parties into the fray and basically say, okay, Democrats, Republicans, we've had enough of your nonsense. We need new, not only new people, but new ideologies. We would need
Kevin, this is the most refreshing thing you've ever said.
Well, but that's the only way that it works to vote out the incumbents.
That's the solution to the problem.
But it won't ever happen.
No, I not now.
No,
because it'll happen in 100 years.
The American voter is too clung to right or red.
Yeah,
blue or red, right or left.
It'll happen in 100 years.
I don't know if we'll be a country in 100 years.
Maybe 50 years.
I don't know if we'll be a country in 50 years.
Sadly, I can see why you would say that.
I think AI is going to screw us. I think AI is the bigger threat to this nation, bigger than Russia, bigger than China, bigger than terrorism, bigger than Iran, bigger than North Korea. I think AI is the biggest threat to this nation.
Well, I mean, now you're starting to talk about things like the invention of the cotton gin during the Industrial Revolution.
No, but I think this is way different because this is being used to openly lie, openly mislead with no repercussions.
Okay, but yeah, I mean that's one side of the sword, but the other side, I mean, there's a positive side to AI.
There is.
Yeah,
but there is an idiot 12-year-old could make a video of Donald Trump plowing Kamala Harris from behind. And people are going to believe that that's true because they saw a video. It doesn't have to be true. It just has to be believable enough for a segment of our society to buy it and run with it. Like, we've become so effed up as a country that we honestly believe the guy who admitted to shooting Charlie Kirk isn't the shooter. Like, there's people that actually watch the video. Well, he's not the guy that did it. This is all a conspiracy. Not everything is a gosh damn conspiracy.
Agreed.
But we've got people in this country now that because Candace Owens says so, it must be true.
Oh, yeah.
And AI is going to feed into that idiot demographic.
Yes. I agree that AI is going to be an issue, but I mean, really, I think AI is going to be more of a market like manipulator than a political manipulator. I think AI is going to transfer wealth like the progressive left wants to see, right? Again, much like the cotton gin. I mean, when the cotton gin was invented, it put literally thousands and thousands of little old ladies into poverty because they're spinning yarn on their spinning wheels was no longer feasible for them because some guy had a machine that could do what they did in days and do in hours. So the cotton gin was a means of redistributing wealth, right? And it put thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of people into poverty. So, and AI is going to do the same thing. So it's going to adjust the economy long before it messes with politics.
Fair enough.
Money first.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to end with this, and then we'll do parting shots. We'll get out of here.
Okay.
Did you know? I asked AI to give me a weird random fact.
Oh, which AI?
I use Copilot because I'm not paying for an AI subscription.
Okay.
Because I'm cheap.
I got you.
So here's what it says. I said, tell me an interesting, rarely known fact. Here's one that almost nobody knows and is generally wild. There is a species of jellyfish that is biologically immortal.
Really?
Yep. I'm not going to try to pronounce it, but it's a species of jellyfish that can revert its cells back to juvenile state when injured or stressed. Essentially, it restarts its life cycle instead of dying. It's the only known animal that can do this.
Huh. Why are we not researching that creature more?
Do you want to live forever?
No.
I don't either.
Yeah.
No, don't, let's not do that.
But think about the like potential for healing just based on that science.
Here's one more for you. Ready?
Okay, go.
There's a fungus that turns ants into zombies, and it basically steers them like a puppet. It's a parasite fungus that infects carpenter ants, takes over their nervous system, forces them to climb vegetation, clamp down, and die. So the fungus can grow a stalk out of the ant's head and rain spores onto the forest floor.
Oh, that's
I like this. This is something this is the good side of AI.
Yeah, there's a virus that does something similar with bees.
There's a lake in Tanzania that turns animals into stone-like statues.
Oh, Medusa.
Lake Natron is so alkaline and so mineral rich that when birds or bats fall into it, the water calcifies their bodies. The animals wash up on shore looking like eerie, perfectly preserved sculptures.
That's weird.
That is weird. This is pretty cool.
Huh.
Isn't
it a weird world we live in?
You know what? When people tell me there's no God, this is my proof that there is.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you replace your entire skeleton every 10 years?
I had heard
your bones constantly dissolve and rebuild.
Yeah, I had heard something similar.
That's interesting. All right. I'm totally messing with Rick tonight. Hold on. Should a city charge for parking in its waterfront area? I just want to see what AI says. I'm just curious. Hold on.
Damn.
Hold on. I'm going to go to the bottom here and give their conclusion. All right. I'm sorry. Rick hates me. All right. Let's do parting shots. I love you, Rick. I really do. I'm only doing this because you haven't committed to come to my birthday party. And it makes me very sad because I want to do karaoke with my buddy Rick, and we can eat some wings and hang out and just enjoy each other's company. Tom, do you have any parting shots, my friend?
I hadn't really considered parting shots tonight. Oh God, what here's mine. Here's my parting shot. Here at Town Square, we're going to be having our next night market, Hot August nights. It'll be Saturday, August 1st, night market from 5 to 9. So come on by, check out the vendors. We're hoping that most of the businesses in Town Square are going to stay open. So you come down and get a hot dog or a donut. Or
great. Let's get some ice cream from Camello's.
Yeah, grab some ice cream, pop in, have a sip, check out the vendors.
I love Carmelo's. By the way, we need snacks in the studio when we do the show.
Yeah?
Yeah, I needed snacks tonight. I didn't eat dinner.
Okay.
My parting shot is I'll be a little transparent and vulnerable on this.
Okay.
In the last 6 years, I've lost at least 4 family members, at least half a dozen friends, former bosses, grand acquaintances, Today, we celebrated the life of a man named Matt Schulte, who most of you listeners probably never even heard of. He was a retired Navy vet, really good dude, was stationed up here for a long time, went to Japan, ended up relocating to Southern California, passed away in June. Dude was in his early 40s, I think.
As young.
Yeah. Straight up good dude.
Yeah.
Really good dude. And so my thoughts on the loss of Matt are probably irrelevant because I can't put them into words. But what I will just remind everybody is nothing that you have is guaranteed. You know, nothing that happens tomorrow is promised. Lindsey Graham didn't expect to die of a ruptured aorta. You know, we didn't expect to find out about Matt. We didn't expect to find out about my buddy Craig that I found out about last week. We didn't find out about family, like all of this, right? Like you just don't know. So I just encourage people to, one, get your affairs in order, make it easy on your loved ones, get a will, get a living narrative or whatever, get all that stuff taken care of in advance. You can do it relatively cheaply online, but it's going to be really hard for your family to deal with a loss if it's unexpected. Don't make them have to weed through the whole probate process without a clear blueprint of what you want. And then say what you need to say to the people that you need to say it to. One, for you, because you may not be here tomorrow to say it, or two, they may not be here tomorrow to hear it. So don't put off things, say the things that need to be said, clear bridges before they burn, all of that, right? Because you just don't know, we are not the ever living jellyfish.
Nope.
And so just keep that in mind. And the older I get, the quicker I seem like I'm losing people. Like, I'd made it a good 47 years, 48 years of my life without dealing with a lot of loss. Outside of my grandparents when I was younger, I didn't deal with a lot of loss. And then, hit 46, 47 years old, start losing a couple friends and start losing family in droves, and just feel like especially the last 6 years has just been really tough with loss. So if I just encourage you, say what needs to be said. Like Tom, I've said it to you before. I'll say it again. I love you like a brother. You're one of the coolest dudes I've ever met in my life. I love you to death. And
thank you.
If you don't come to my birthday, I'll shit on your doorstep. So there's that. Paul, if you listen to the show, I hope you die in a fire. All right. I want to thank our sponsors. Again, Destination Highway 420, located on Hollis Street in East Bremerton. Stop in and see them. They got a wide selection of cannabis stuff and accessories. A great staff that'll help you find what you want, what fits your budget. Every visit, every time. Stop in and see them. Destination Highway 420. Again, they're across the street from Cloverleaf on Hollis Street in East Bremerton.
Right next to Los Cabos.
Right next to Los Cabos. Yeah. So you can go pick up some stuff and then actually go eat Los Cabos first and then stop in.
Yeah. And the guys over at guys and gals at Destination Highway 420, man, it really is a different kind of shop. As someone who is a reasonably regular cannabis user, that shop
reasonably constantly.
Okay, whatever.
You're a fan.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
I figured it out. You and weed is like me and the Seahawks.
Okay.
Like you have weed themed attire.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah, you have some t-shirts,
a couple of hats,
a couple
t-shirts. Yeah,
you have weed themed like paraphernalia or things that like cool little stickers or whatever things that you like that are about. And I have Seahawks themed clothes.
Sure. Okay.
Seahawks themed stuff. Right.
Yeah,
it's just what people are into.
But like when you go to the average pot shop, because I've checked out a number of shops around Kitsap.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to the average shop, it's just they just kind of have what they have when they have it.
Yeah.
Right.
How Destination 420's got a really good selection.
Well, it's consistent. That's the thing, right?
Yeah. Because you know what? I hate when I go somewhere and they don't have what I'm looking for, even though they're supposed to have it.
Right. So, okay, Kevin, you're a big tequila guy.
Oh, yes.
Right. Okay. So if you've got your favorite tequila, whatever that is, and you've got the liquor store,
but yeah.
Sure. But you've got the liquor store you go to get your favorite tequila. When they don't have it, you're going to be upset.
I am going to be upset.
Right. Most of the shops that I've experienced around, Kitsap and into Pierce and, other places I've wandered, they just kind of have what they have. Right. Whereas when you go over to Destination 420, if you go in and there was farm blah, I'm not even going to promote a farm, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it just farm blah with strain blah, you can get it there over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's like getting your favorite brand.
And you're consistent.
Yeah.
You know what you can get.
Most of the shops around here don't do that.
I'll tell you a funny story. Could link back to this.
Okay.
I once went into Grocery Outlet by the Escape Room. We'll talk about them. They're a sponsor. But I once went into Grocery Outlet and they had hot chocolate cookies.
Okay.
Love hot chocolate cookies, man.
Okay.
Oh, they're so good.
I don't think I've ever had one.
Oh, I love them. They're so good.
Okay.
But they rarely ever have them. And it's because Grocery Outlet doesn't carry the same stuff all the time. I kind of feel like they're an outlet for suppliers that want to get rid of stuff or whatever, right?
That's kind of their business.
That's their business model, which is fine. I'm not knocking them, but I'm just saying every time I go into the store and I go in there, I go to the cookie aisle and look for hot chocolate cookies so I can buy a bulk of them.
Sure.
Because they don't have them in stock for very long when they have them.
Right.
And so it's the same thing, right? Like I'm disappointed if I go in somewhere to get what I normally want to get and they don't have it.
Yeah.
So if you find a business like Destination Highway 420 that always has the same thing, you know what you want is going to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. I mean,
and their staff is great. Like I don't know nothing about weed. Weed is not my jam, but I do know good customer service, and I do know what it's like when somebody listens to you, and they're not trying to sell you something. They're trying to help you get what you're looking for.
Yeah.
I think that's an important dynamic of what they do.
Yeah.
Destination Highway 420, which is nice.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
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 But I really do like that shop.
Now, if they sold hot chocolate cookies, I'd be happy.
Well, I bet they might sell some hot chocolate
with
cookies.
some THC, but
they're a little THC.
I was being a little smart ass. Yeah. All right. Other sponsors we want to thank, of course, Black Ring Spirits, the home of the show every single week. We're going to have a whole bunch of people down here next week. If you want to stop in and just watch the show, more power to you. Come on down. Say hi. You can meet some of the folks from No Spark Racing.
I'll take my headphones off and put my microphone down and make you a drink.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Philip says, funny story. I attend church with the owner of Highway 420. Is it Highway 420 or Destination Highway 420? Because there's
two different businesses.
There's two different businesses, so it might not be the same one. But if so, tell them hi. And Outlaw said hello. But yeah, thanks to Black Ring Spirits. Thanks to Tom for putting up with the show down here every Sunday night. And we need to start talking about election night coverage in November.
Yeah.
We got to start talking about that.
Yeah, that can be
Are
fun.
we going to do that here?
Sure.
Okay, we'll have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Thanks to Kitsap Great Escape, the only escape room. The biggest escape room in Kitsap County. Not the only one. There's one in Paulsbo now.
Okay.
Kitsap Great Escape, though, in Silverdale with 4 escape rooms to serve you, include the newest one, the Lunar Curse. Continues to book like nuts. So I'd recommend you go to kitsapgreatescape.com, book your room today. If you've never tried an escape room, Philip, come try an escape room. It's a lot of fun.
Escape rooms are fun.
They're a blast,
Yeah, they
man.
are.
Every time I travel now, I want to play an escape room in the city I go to.
I mean, if you like puzzles,
Yeah.
it's
It's a lot of fun,
Go to
dude.
an escape room.
It's a lot of fun.
I love puzzles. So
Evergreen Grace Cleaning. You can find them online. Go to Facebook, look for Evergreen Cleaning. That's actually Beeler's business.
Evergreen Grace.
Evergreen Grace Cleaning. Evergreen Grace.
Yes.
Cleaning. Or just Evergreen Grace. Evergreen Grace.
I think it's Evergreen Grace Cleaning Company.
Yeah, but Evergreen Grace, they do cleaning. House, business, apartment, commercial, residential.
I know she does construction cleanouts.
Yeah, construction cleanouts.
I'm in the middle of a remodel right now. I've already got her in my bid. She's going to be taking care of my customers when I finish my job.
Perfect. Yeah. So call or contact them online, and you'll get good stuff. Good stuff will happen for you. Also, who am I forgetting?
Don't forget Kitsap Paintball Park.
Kitsap Paintball Park. That's right. See, I always forget them.
Yeah, don't forget Kitsap Paintball Park.
You should plan your corporate outing there.
Paintball is a great team building experience.
Take your boss out and shoot him in the privates.
Yeah. No, I don't recommend that.
No, and then say, "Oops."
Yeah. If you're going to be serious about playing, wear some protection in the privates.
Shh, don't tell the boss that.
No. I know a guy I've told you I used to play on a pro circuit. Did I tell you that?
A pro circuit for paintball?
Yeah. I used to get paid to shoot people.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. No, I back in my 20s.
You're a professional.
Yeah.
I'll be on your team.
I was. Anyways, one of the guys that I used to play with got shot in the tenders.
Yeah.
And he had a testicle ruptured.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No. Wear a cup.
Yeah, wear a cup.
Wear a cup.
Yeah.
All right. We also want to remind you about the Kitsap Destruction Derby Association. The Saturday, the 25th, they will be having their final big points night.
Is it 25th?
Yeah, because today's the 11th.
Oh, it sure is. Yeah, I'm looking at the calendar.
Sorry, today's the 12th, which means tomorrow's the 11th.
Yep,
so 2 weeks from tomorrow. Yeah.
No, tomorrow's the 13th, not the 11th.
No, yesterday is the 11th.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm getting tired.
You're channeling your
Shut your whore mouth.
You're channeling your inner Kamala Harris. Yesterday is today,
and tomorrow could be today if today was yesterday and yesterday is tomorrow. Is it bad I partially want her to run again for president just so I can hear more word salad? Is that bad?
Yes.
No, I don't want her to win the nomination. I just want her to run again.
Why?
Because I want to hear more word salad. It makes me happy.
I lose IQ points
when I think I'm stupid. Every time I think I'm stupid, I listen to a Kamala Harris interview, and then I realize, Kevin, you might not be smart, but you're not that
stupid.
dumb. The promise of today and we're going to play that next week.
And tomorrow.
Yeah. Anyway, Kitsap Destruction Derby Association 2 weeks from yesterday, so it'll be Saturday the 25th. It'll be Whaling Days weekend.
Yes.
Come on out, watch the Derby, get there early, like I always tell you. Yeah. Get your spot, get your fair food.
Yeah,
enjoy it. It'll be great.
Parking is getting funky out there.
Yeah.
So I mean that's more reason to get there early.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's also Whaling Days weekend, and I haven't promoted this much on the show, but Whaling Days is coming. It's Christmas in July. That's a theme this year. I'll be down at Whaling Days all weekend doing the MC work on the stage. So if you see me, come say hi, give me a hug, buy me a corn dog, because the only reason I work this gig is for the corn dogs. Because I love fair corn dogs, man. That is my
really.
Oh God, yeah, fair corn dogs, not the crappy corn dogs that you get from like Walmart and you make them in the microwave. That's horse crap. I mean, deep fried, fair quality corn dogs. Okay. And they always have a booth at Whaling Days and at the fair where they have like 10 different kinds of corn dogs. Like they have a bratwurst, they have a cheddar cheese dog, they have a hot link. Oh, the hot link corn dogs are the best.
No,
they are.
No, there must be jalapenos involved.
There is a jalapeno cheddar one, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hot links are the best though. So here's a question for you to consider, and I'll ask this next week of everybody.
Okay.
I'm going to be at Whaling Days all 3 days.
Okay.
Friday night, all day Saturday, all day Sunday before I come back here.
Yes.
What is the over-under on how many corn dogs I have that weekend? And again, I'm there literally Saturday. I'll be there at 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. Sunday, I'll be there at noon until 5:30 p.m. Friday, I'll be there from 5 p.m. until 10:30, 11 p.m. because it'll be fireworks night.
6.
Oh, you're way under. Like I'm thinking 12 to 14.
Jesus.
Yeah. No, don't call me Jesus. It's probably not a good nickname. If I have 12, that's 4 a day.
That's a lot of damn corn dog. I was giving you 2 a day.
No,
dude.
at least 4 a day, man.
Really?
Yeah. God, I love corn dogs. I love corn dogs. Fair corn dogs are the best.
Okay.
Was Kamala a plant? And Robert said that Margie said that. And Robert said yes, but someone forgot to water her. That's some good stuff right there, Robert. Does Robert live locally?
Robert
McGee.
Yeah.
He should come be on the show sometime. It'd be fun.
I
All right.
arrange that.
We're going to end the show. Like literally, we got stuff to break down. I'm tired. You know what I don't have to do tomorrow?
What's that?
Don't got to go to work. I'm off for the entire week.
I got to work.
I'm going to go straight home tonight after the show.
Yeah.
I am literally going to make some popcorn.
You're going to flop down naked in your beanbag chair with a bag of Cheetos.
I don't sit in my beanbag chair nearly as much as I wish I could.
Okay. You got a whole week.
I got a whole week. I'm going to have more homework. I got a new week to start homework. Oh, that's what I got to do before I leave here tonight is make some final credits on corrections on my papers and hand them in.
Yeah, you get your homework uploaded before midnight.
Philip said, corn dogs, how you catch a dorkfish. I don't even know what that means, Philip. Have you been drinking? Have you been perusing some of the candy apple bread?
Which Philip?
Philip Housel.
That Philip. Okay.
Yeah, formerly of the show, Philip.
Yeah.
Okay. So that'll do it. We love you guys. We appreciate you. We will see you guys all next Sunday. Maybe Paul will be back. Maybe Beeler will be back. Maybe Lori will be back. Either way, we're going to have
Kevin and I will be here. KDDA.
No, I'm talking about is it Darla Ilgren?
Yeah, Daria,
thank you. Daria Ilgren will be here.
Yeah.
Sorry, Daria, I'm really tired. Daria Ilgren is running in the 23rd district.
Yes.
He is a Democrat. He's running against the incumbent Democrat, Tara Simmons, in that district, in a race that a lot of people locally, the political people that I'm talking to in both parties, think Tara could really be at risk, given her erratic behavior, a lot of the accusations made against her, and the fact that Daria is just a straight up good dude. So we'll figure that out. We'll have Daria on at 7:00 next week.
I'm looking forward to that.
I really am too.
Yeah.
And we're going to prove again that we can get Democrats on the show and be nice to them and have a real conversation with them. Now, you fuckers in the chat are going to be douchebags, I'm sure. Every time a Democrat comes on the show, you guys are just complete total pricks to them. But we're going to treat them with the respect they deserve. And I'm really rooting for Daria. Really, I really am rooting for Daria. Michelle called you. You're still on my kids' money. And then at 8:00, we'll have the KDDA folk in here. It's supposed to be a bunch of them as we get ready for their last big points race of the year. Don't forget Outlaw Invitational coming up in September. I don't know if you guys heard this or not, but I won last year.
And I'm going to whoop your candy ass this year.
Robert says he is at LP Kitsap Q&A tomorrow too. LP Libertarian Party Kitsap Q&A?
Yeah.
Oh, Dari's going to show up to that? God bless him for doing that. A Democrat.
I don't know.
A Democrat going to the Kitsap Libertarian Party Q&A.
My
Straight
schedule.
up. Cool.
My schedule has been such madness lately that I can't talk. I haven't even been able to read the news, much less keep up with like the LP stuff. And I'm so behind right now.
Kevin Nelson says, great show as usual. Kevin, stop it. Elevate the bar. Expect us to be better. The tech issues in the first hour, some of them were my fault because I forgot to mute a microphone. Expect more. Come on, dude. Another one was a switch I didn't switch. Like, I got to get this stuff wired tight. So we'll figure it out. Next week's show will be better. I believe Daria will be in person. The KDDA will be in person.
Yep.
I think we need another camera. I think we're going to need a third camera next week.
I've got mine. We've got Lori's.
Do you have another one?
I don't. That one right there, the one I'm looking at.
Okay. All right. We'll see if we can get another one because I am running 3 laptops over here now, which means I can run 3 cameras.
All right.
So we'll figure it out. We love you guys. We appreciate you. It's the Outlaw Radio Network. Support our sponsors, please. And do something good in your community this week.
I like that. Yes.
Do something good.
Yeah. Do something good for someone you normally wouldn't do something good for.
Yep.
Just because.
And lastly, Matthew Schulte. We love you. We'll always remember you, brother. Rest in peace. All right. It's Outlaw Radio. We'll see you guys next Sunday. Good night, everybody. And Michelle called you. You're still on my kids' money.